Can redeems be used? Oop. Good enough. Maybe the Limbus was right. We don't need to read. Right, it's the curse of Limbus. As soon as I tried to read, everything stopped and it broke. But yeah, sorry. Hello Ray, how you doing? Hope you're having a lovely day. Oh my god, oh my god, that's unbelievable. It's been 15 minutes. What do you mean? It's daily chicken, not quarterly hour chicken. What the heck? Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Good for you though. Good for you. It's as if the light and color that was boundlessly scattered throughout the city came to life, evoking the imprudent illusion that all fault is being washed away just by being there. Then a visage invariably came to mind, one of salvation, yet which I vividly felt shouldn't be embraced carelessly. Illusion! Illusion! Oh my god, and the ads are back, and I hate this, and this sucks, and I'm so sorry. You're kidding me. As such, we are each other's guests. Just as I have something I want to ask you, you have something you want to ask me. When I was on the city's surface, I had numerous unanswered questions. Questions no one could answer or simply wouldn't acknowledge. Therefore, I decided to reply to this voice. Your heart looks to be aching. The children you couldn't save are swirling around in your head, aren't they? Lying was unnecessary, it seems. They were quite the innocent children. There was no sentimentality in that sentence, neither pity nor regret. Perhaps this being knows what happened to transform those children. The children that underwent the experiment. It's too late. The way back is gone. That clear ignorance of the world made the children rather burdensome. The merry voice mercilessly strikes down my question. Oh, that's Virgilius who said that. To tell the truth, I had a vague estimate of the fact. That's not to say that I didn't hope to be wrong. I think I heard your heart break. My heart made no such sound. However, only after the voice said so did I notice I was quietly cracking apart. But to have become like this, the children didn't deserve this. And the warm yet unfeeling voice clasped me as if in a hug. Only Carmen has talked so far? Ah, I see. But you know, Ver, everything that's happened so far isn't your fault. Fleeting syllables rang out akin to the singing of a song, sounding like a consolation whose sole intent was to absolve me of sin. If I were to listen a little longer, I felt I would surrender myself to this pleasant voice despite my will. No, that isn't something someone can freely measure. As its words revealed themselves one by one, they were always tightly intertwined. By the time I came to my senses, I was grasping a great lump of guilt in my hands, nothing discernible within. So I held up out of the city in me as well. However, consider this. The orphanage's children have turned into something that is no longer themselves, and even the young fixer who wished to help you has entered into a cocoon. The situation may look grave, but compared to everything you've done, it's really just a minor incident. And yet, why does it hurt you more than anything? The voice saw through my facade. It viewed the life I was living, never properly opening up to anyone. It observed all the roads I followed. Even from the times when my pupils held no blood, I began to recall all those paths. The people wailing, begging for salvation, some buried before even being able to scream, the collapsing buildings, and all the lives whose blood was shed. However, as a matter of fact, there existed a warm expanse of light, the complete opposite of everything that came before. It surely was the light I created for myself. Were they waited for me? Where they waited for me, where voices of delight and excitement were heard instead of wailing and yelling. I see the orphanage was your hope. The voice found its answer. You have always considered the city to be wounded, but the stains on your hands won't be washed away, and you'll continue to be the one to keep the blood flowing through the city from drying out. Yes, the foul-smelling wounds of the city run deep, but they have been festering for a long while. I knew how to cure the city, but the road to achieving that goal was so cruel that we would have to spill more blood than was already spilled. You, awkward and kind as you are, have buried that road deep within your heart. But there exists a method to make this road much gentler. So you found it, without having to dirty my hands yet. Children who may be able to change the city in your place. The orphanage was my very own limbo, my place of redemption. Despite never having informed them of my sins, by stirring up a virtuous attitude within me to the same heights, my frozen heart melted like snow. Sprinkling water and fertilizer in your spare time, making sure the sunlight properly comes in, there are no insects to bite them. The voice spoke as if it were doing so itself. Excuse me? You looked after them, you, who had lived your life following only strong flows. Had your eyes only on the potential of what was a feeble flow at best. Yes, as you say, they wanted to plant seeds that even a feeble had potential. They were hiding in a remote corner where nary a ray of sunshine reached. However, just because something is unseen does not mean it's incomplete. Thus I looked after them, like growing a tree. I wanted them to live on my behalf. If I could get them to live with the heart I couldn't have, I was sure that even the faintest flow would grow into the sturdiest. So one moment. Wait, that's not right. There. I wasn't opening my mouth at all before. But it's still hard for it to detect, I guess. However, did I really think the orphanage could change the city? No, Ver. You knew it couldn't. The children were just pieces of paper to wipe off the blood from your hands. Indulgences you yourself printed. But now they have all been ripped apart. Stone changed what I believe was meant to be sympathetic, but it simultaneously became foreboding as well. Because of that, your countless sins flooded in, and so your heart was bound to crack. Wait. Yep. However, thanks to that, we were able to meet and talk like this. Since when did I begin to experience that feeling called guilt? Since when did I lose the place where I could let my head down? No longer do I have the strength to move. Only now do I realize that this life of playing house may have been my final struggle to protect my soul. To stop the guilt from consuming me. Because I know that the place I'm bound for will be too much for me. We all hate Iori. Aww. She was cool in Ruina. She was sick in Ruina, but like... why she gotta do that? Hello, Ayan, welcome in. We're having a lovely day. Why she gotta do that? Let me tell you something, Ver. This is the place where you can speak your mind freely. So can you let me hear it all? My heart has cracked, and from that little crack, voice saw everything. Even the blade that was hidden inside me for so long, yet never stopped sharpening. That blade buried deep in my heart was revealed for the first time through the crack, both to me and the voice. We both knew what it was. What you really wanted. It wasn't just playing house at the orphanage. All you want is... You did everything for... Oh my god. Indeed. All over again. The shell of the city is quite sturdy, no matter how much blood is shed to push through it. It won't be enough to reach the city's wounds, hidden in the most secluded of places. I, who tried to pierce it into the wounded core of the city, should know this fact best. Such was your ambition, but as you continued to atone for nothing in your visits to the orphanage, it was gradually buried, to the point that not even a trace of it remains. No, even if it became buried, it never lost its luster. That poignant wish could still cut down all at a moment's notice. However, whenever such thoughts surfaced, I'd merely suppress them back to the recesses of my mind. But bearing it is just as painful. That wish is too sharp. It leaves injuries that deny your heart the time to heal. The voice recited agony as if it had been heard itself. It must have been so difficult, lonesome, suffocating to have such a lofty dream. But you don't have to hide it anymore, because everyone can create by themselves a world they consider right. A world for myself. What are you talking about? A world only for your eyes to see. Exactly that. I'm helping everyone paint their own colors on the city. Everybody's own world, huh? However, each person's color is different. They can never be nicely painted together. If such a method existed, I would have done it before anyone else. Indeed, as you said, the colors blend together in the light. Therefore, one must devote all of themselves to painting and protecting one's color. Even if a laborious ordeal comes to their way, nevertheless, they must readily fight and overcome it to secure their place, even if they must fight the entire world. I wanted to break the shell of the city, fight and stand up to everything that interfered with my path, tear it all down and eventually create a new world. What do you mean by ordeal? If there is such a way, if it's just, then I'd like to follow it. For instance, what that child is undergoing, or what those children experienced in this laboratory before their alteration. When you become aware of this unbearable world, you'll burrow into the inside of your egg to separate and establish your I recalled Garnet, who had become a red jewel. What happens once you enter that egg? Well, you can break out of the egg, or you can be seized by sin and be eaten into nothing but residues. Damn. You can become a Pikatua. The voice innocently spoke. No one can know the outcome. You'll have to set from within the egg to emerge from it. If you're unable to endure the process, what will burst out will be your sin-eaten remains. Damn. Is that different from distorting? Shumzun is certainly a distortion, as the world calls it, but the children of the laboratory have only become a reflection of their sins. A reflection of sin. The cries of the things that crawled along the floor ring inside my head. However, isn't that strange? Since when did it become like that? I thought distorting referred to the phenomenon of people revealing their colors by transforming into a reflection of their egos. The distortion phenomenon emerged after the light spread through the city. They are aberrant beings that made the city bleed, wounding even those who gather blood. The voice began to speak in an abnormally positive manner. You think so too, but aren't they twisted, broken, perverse figures? It's certainly not a normal form to take. Normal, to them. They are normal while the world is the abnormal one. But more importantly, they have come to cherish themselves and see the world through their own eyes. The voice spoke in a dreamlike melody. However, it was dreamlike to such an extent that even their words seemed like a dream. It is to become self-unbound by the eyes and standards of the city. However, the resulting form changes depending on the way it was revealed. Next to my junior... excuse me. Next to my junior, who has a different idea than me, joining the light. The word junior being insignificantly introduced in disregard bothered me. It was spoken with a light and calm tone, but I feel as if it was involved in every cause and effect. How do you know all this? Unwelcome premonitions began to gather as one. Are you the person responsible for this phenomenon? Correct. I'm also a friend that wishes to help you make your color bloom. It must be really important for you to make colors bloom in people. Do you know where you're heading now? I couldn't reply. It's been a long time since I turned my eyes away from my destination, vacantly standing still. It's been a long time since I hid my gaze. I've been curious about that for quite a while. Where is everyone going? It's clear that they're repeatedly trying to go somewhere at least, but what kind of place could cause the emergence of such ambition again and again? As long as time flows, people will try to go anywhere they want. It's a matter of course. These are only my thoughts, but I think people are seeking love. Love? A word I'm unaccustomed to bothered me. Love is thought to be the emotion of valuing another above all else, but I think every act done with the thought of loving another is nothing but part of the process of loving oneself. Are you trying to spark a debate regarding that? No, you just have to listen, the voice said, as if lightly tossing the words, and continued its monologue. Because in the end, the only person in the world who can completely see and understand who they are in them is themselves. They cannot truly comprehend or love a person who isn't themselves. As such, loving oneself is the only one true final destination. If what you say is true, are you saying we shouldn't look at anything other than ourselves? You ask the same question as my junior. We must struggle, but as human beings, we should use reason, not emotion. Wait, Leviathan got a golden. Hello 30. But yes, it is Leviathan. No spoilers. Do not spoil yourselves. It's been pretty good. It's been very good, actually. Let's see. The voice adjusted itself. So he said we have to fight in the most human way possible. Through clothing and tools, while holding the human form in high regards. That only pollutes the results. You don't need moderation when revealing yourself. After all, if you go through something without properly reaching its conclusion and keep going, in such a roundabout way, your wish will become diluted and be forgotten all over again. Like with the present-day people of the city? Exactly. Moreover, if the tools made from my heart are broken... Wait, this is Virgilius. Exactly. Where is it? If the tools made from my heart are broken, wouldn't my heart break in turn? No, wait, this is Karan. If the tools made from my heart are broken, wouldn't my heart break in that turn? That is to say, we should express our love solely with our own bodies. Your whole body and your heart collide with each other, and you come to love yourself. So I should disregard everything that isn't me? That's right. Have you always been this way, driving those trying to reawaken down another path? I simply ask questions others have never given thought to, and usually we understand each other. I support and lend them strength, so they can continue on their new path. Friendly yet ruthless pressure. Don't look at anything but yourself and be buried in self-love. It says it will give me the power to do so. The back of my neck grew warm. Has anyone ever presented such a pleasant solution up to now? In this city, where individuals are insignificant, I'm allowed to look only at me and ignore everything else. It was so radiant that I wanted to close my eyes, even in their present state. However, as you say, I'm sure I'd be satisfied if I accepted. I'd feel fulfilled and content. It'd be a satisfaction that I've never experienced before. But it'd be nothing more than a momentary pleasure. Even if you tried to paint the world to the brim, like that distortion filled with dots, for immediate gratification, you'd never be able to paint it all with such a method. It would be a thirst that couldn't ever be satisfied. Then wouldn't distorting only prevent you from looking an inch ahead of yourself? It could be. Still, that interpretation is your idea and color, is it not? As for me, I have my own color, and others have their own color as well. I simply informed them of one more path. How cowardly. Doesn't imposing the standards of right or wrong, and judging me make you the same as one of the many city dwellers you thought wounded? Oh. Waterfall sounds intensify. Now my eyes have opened. Obviously, there was something to be gained from the conversation with the voice. The blade that once was hidden in my heart was revealed, and I rediscover where it was pointing and what I needed to confront. But that path can only be followed, and all the beauty and ugliness of the world is held in my gaze, even if it weighs down on my surroundings. There's no point in continuing this conversation. Was my proposal not to your liking? The voice seemed to be quite disappointed. You appear to be the cause behind all the distortions. I have no real way of knowing who you are. However, what do you hope to achieve with all this whispering and background manipulation? As I told you, I believe everyone should fight the world in order to paint their own colors. And I'm a person too, Shouldn't I if someone isn't able to be who they truly are, even after I lend them the power to do so, to paint the world with the colors. When I heard its answer, I closed my eyes. So once all is said and done, in the flow of and all will be lots of redacted. It's starting to look like an SCP article. An unprovoked smile emerged on my lips. I was laughing. World where you, as if a starving beast, must struggle against everything in your endless thirst to build your own world. If I went down the path the voice told me, it would surely be pleasurable, but it wouldn't get me to where I want to go. Thus I have only one way to go. To tread with all the pain and thirst I have experienced, until now, and will suffer through again in the future. Because only I can do it. It seems we're going to take opposite paths. Yes, then go your own way. It too must be the color of the person you are. Yo! Nice, he didn't distort, hell yeah. And so, I wear a crown of thorns upon my head, so that I may shoulder everything until my future victory. Beaded laurel leaves sprout to cover all of the thorns on my head, and tears of blood flow from my eyes, so I may see all the sins I have to bear from now on. Yo, look at this. It's thick. Virgilius Eagle, no way. And the thorny path I shall travel is a curtain of blood. Is that? No way. It is indeed Virgilius. Virgilius unlocking his ego. Welcome, Alpha. Welcome in. And the thorn path I shall travel is a curtain of blood containing my karma, a crimson cloth that covers my whole being. Oh no, they cut him in half. Oh wait, no, they're just showing second half. I'm dragged down into a pit. Within are many cries, everybody's agony surging together. The pit is profound and dark, making it difficult to look ahead, but I will take hold of it and triumph. Yo, look at this. It's so sick. It's amazing. I engrave everything into these eyes. Hence, I will present to the world the longed-for paradise I promised an old friend. I will fall into a hell of my karma and rest there, alone. Yo, look at this. Oh my god. This is sick. That was sick. Truly incredible. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. This is truly... Being depressed does not mean being distorted. Well, I guess... Would Virgilius be depressed? He's like sad, but not depressed. Right? Depressed would be just kind of not caring about anything, but he definitely cares. Perhaps then actual depression would make you more likely to distort. Well then. Book 19. 2 more. Gaze. A cloak of blood I wrapped around myself began to settle. My wandering is over. The way forward is clear. And all that remains is to tread it. I shall spill blood and, at times, drink it, but I will never stop this movement. However, before I can do so, I must cut down the distorted mass before me. The first of the blood that I truly must spill, and at the same time, lop off the neck of my cowardice, which I've been turning a blind eye to for all this time. You know, Ver, I'll tell you one more thing before we part. I might know a way to get you closer to achieving your dream. I recalled the voice again. If one were to think rationally, there is no basis for believing everything the voice said. However, I feel confident that being would not lie. It's something different from reason or logic. This was what my soul felt. If the flow my soul points to is right, if the method the voice spoke of exists, then I can say that the time I've long waited for has finally arrived. If fate truly does exist, if everything is predetermined to follow it, then surely this moment has been waiting for me, and I too must have been waiting for this moment to come. When my thoughts reached this point, I felt a slightly nauseating bliss. The idea that there may be something in this world that can grant many wishes like magic, that previously non-existent notion enveloped my heart. Fate has never been pleasant to me, thus I never believed in it. However, I killed many things while suppressing my heart. It appears that I felt relief from the story that everything I had done that stained my hands was with blood was due to my fate. It's as if my wish, brought true by fate, guided me here. All the misfortunes I've faced up until now formed the foundations of this very moment. This can't be. I never recorded this event within my thoughts. Yo! How many timelines did Virgilius unlock ego? None. This is the first. The distorted Jamzoon mumbled his apparent disbelief under his breath. Yes, he might have drawn a great many worlds, but it was only enough to fill a canvas, and no matter what, humans cannot contain infinity in a canvas. As such, there had to be a limit to your thoughts. No, you died by my hands for the upteenth time. After killing you again, I was sure I'd wake up, and yet it was just a repeat. Besides, there's no such thing as absolute. That's why I can advance into the future. I hope that absoluteness did not exist. And that is why hope can be cruel as well. Because as long as something is possible, expectations will arise. Because we don't know. Because they might not be empty. Suddenly a doubt arose. The voice was curious about what kind of world I wanted to create. If distorting is by nature a phenomenon brought about by that voice, it must have talked to the Jamzoon and asked that same question. Would have whispered sweet words filled with sincerity and gentleness, telling him only to look at himself, that it would lend him strength. Aragon, hello. We're reading. Hope you're doing well. What is it that you hope to achieve? Naturally, I want to fill the world with thoughts. I see. And you? What world are you trying to reach? Jamzoon's pupils, covered with dots, glimmered. His countless pupils expanded to the fullest, as if wanting to see the world I desired. Would you like me to give you a small recap of what we've read so far? It's been very, very interesting. This last one page we've read, and I guess... yeah, I'm so late, but I mean, don't apologize. My girlfriend didn't let me turn on stream when I was driving. She didn't let you drive irresponsibly? That's so unreasonable. Aragon, please don't watch my streams while driving. What the heck? How do you even do that? I guess this one would be the exception because it's mainly reading, so you can just hear and that's it. It's like a radio. What do you mean? She was trying to save your life. So go thank her right now. On my behalf. But yeah, no, it's been good. It's been fun. Carmen came up to Virgilius and was like, hey, you wanna create your own path? I can give you the power. He was like, yeah, no thanks. I'll do it with my own color. I don't need you. And so he got ego. Do I still have the page open? No. I'm guessing you don't care about spoilers. Or well, maybe you do, I don't know. Too late. Look at this. Look at this. He's so cool. Look at this. He's sick. So red. Goodness. Yeah. Whoa, indeed. Alright, let's continue. Yeah. If you want, you can put this in the background of whatever you're doing. That do be cool, yes. Jamzoon's pupils, covered with dots, glimmered. His countless pupils expanded to the fullest as if wanting to see the world I desired. It's hard to put into words. The world I want. It's a word that can only be understood once you feel it with your whole body. Shamsun's mouth widened into a huge line, with a grotesque smile. Simultaneously, he began to rush me down with his dark blue fists. I didn't avoid the punches Shamsun threw, but instead received them with my whole body. Every time I touch a spot tinged with a dot, I'm forced to face and sink into despair. After being dragged down deep into this quagmire, I once again see all the possible despair I could have encountered. However, now that I have forged my resolve, all the despair that unfolded before me began to reflect a tenacious hope. Hell yeah. Thanks for showing this in the middle of the screen, Twitch. What? Oh, they showed that in the middle of the screen? Truly incredible. They really want you to show your 5-stream streak. Hell yeah. Hamster? You want me to do a flip? Of course. Whoa. Here, just for you, I'll do another one. Whoa. There you go. You got the 2-for-1 special. 2-for-1 special deal. How you doing, hamster? How have you been? What are you up to today? Personally, I'm reading this, what was a manga and halfway became a novel. Personally, I'm a big fan. We're nearing the end now. So if you want, you can put this in the background if you want some audio. Let's see. It's a world that can only be understood once you feel it with your whole body. Doing great, just chilling, gaming, etc. Very nice. Very good. Let's see. Grotesque smile. After being dragged down deep into this quagmire, I once again see all the possible despair I could have encountered. However, now that I have forged my resolve, all that despair that unfolded before me began to reflect a tenacious hope. As such, I can cut them down without hesitation. All that obstructs me whenever I'm thrown into this world of dots. Within are Lapis, Garnet, Rikako, Lanyen, Denver, Sim Nunsville, the children of the orphanage, and many other faces I miss but cannot meet anymore. Once everything I cut down shed its blood, the dot that had become nothing more than my quagmire was dyed red, akin to a puddle of blood. I rose, holding that redness. Yo! How can you stand upright amidst these dots? Shamsun goggles his numerous pupils, seemingly unable to comprehend the situation. I rose, holding that redness. Damn. Is he using the blood as a weapon? Sick. Although the painting, abundantly stamped with dots, may look full from a distance, blank spaces are just as abundant when looking closely. Similarly, the mind cannot be wholly filled with dots. Your dots may brush against me, but they cannot stain me. As soon as I finished speaking, Shamsun gathered all his strength and struck the ground. Dots permeated the floor in a uniform pattern, as if a burst of indigo paint, before rushing towards me at furious speeds. However, the fast-moving dots never connected. As such, they couldn't even form lines. Damn. This might have been because surfaces don't exist in the world he's trying to create. The blank spaces between the dots and an infinitely left empty, a scope left unchosen. I began to link the excluded gaps with the blood I continuously shed. Each dot meets to form a line, and the line flows to create a surface. And once that space is filled, I'll be able to envision my desire. As if by instinct, I coil the blood surface around itself like a flag to create a long, flowing line akin to a spear. A red spear made by neatly weaving dots one after another. I throw this line to Shamsun's chest with boundless indifference. In order to catch the spear, Shamsun swung his fist, unfolding a curtain made of countless dots. But there were too many leaking holes in that incomplete chain. The red line I created, both a surface and a red dot, would seed from the front. Excuse me. Penetrated through the curtain made of several blue dots, piercing Shamsun's right arm and shoulder. Damn. Oh, look at this. he threw it so hard with Mang. That is sick. It reached completion with only a single dot. The moment the dots became aligned, beauty that enchanted you faded away, did it not? Humans have no choice but to walk along lines and live atop surfaces. The ones who advance, a dot is merely fleeting. Dots are just moments. Perhaps as time passed, and the many moments of despair that came my way accumulated one by one, the instants that were mere dots formed a line, opening a path of possibility. Shamsun, in his obsession with the moment, was fascinated by the stimulation an instant could cause. He couldn't break free from the moments that gave him the ecstasy of soaring without limits, or the hopelessness of free falling without knowing when he'll hit the floor. Now that he knows the contradiction of the dots, he'll be dragged down toward the endless abyss, like the branches of a tree that had its roots dug up. According to the voice, the stoning is a form of rebirth and their new appearance. By fully embracing their craving, the value they consider to be the answer becomes their raison d'être, and their form changes the shape they wished for. Raison d'être means reason to be. If the very desire that encompasses their foundation collapsed, what would happen to the thing that composed it? If it cannot exist, it would only be right for them to melt down. Shamsun stayed silent, and all his movements came to a standstill. Is he entering the egg once again? However, the world isn't so kind and convenient as to give someone so many chances. Like with people of the city, it may seem friendly on the outside, but it is unspeakably cold inside. Shamsun kept staring at me. No expression was discernible from the face where the gaze originated. Then a blue liquid began to burst out from Shamsun's stomach. A machine arm, wielding a saw blade, divided Shamsun's chest in half. Something stirred from within him. It wasn't a cocoon, an egg, or anything similar, but a completely alien form that had no point of contact with a series of dots that was the life of Shamsun. The thing which had begun to vigorously cleave and stretch Shamsun's flesh made itself born by dragging its huge size, too great to fit inside his body. Outward, it appeared to be an iron strongbox, with saw blades attached to it, but it also looked like a bizarre sculpture with several arms resembling bug legs emerging from it. What do you mean? Really? So distortion can just become an abnormality? But how? Like, you could say if their like beliefs are proved wrong, they become an abnormality. But that's not what happened to Mayers. She just kind of stopped being a distortion. How did this happen? Oh, it's actually indigo, but indigo's kind of has purple in it. It's what's his name? Not Der Freusch, it's Schadenfreude. At the center of it all, a gaze emanating from a single eye. Our eyes meet. Yet I'm not looking at it, so... Ah, shit. On the way. It's purple shush nerd. Okay, fine. Look, it has a red here. That means it's blue, purple. It's purple. It's blue, purple. Ah, my god, the red gaze versus the thing you're not supposed to look at. Sorry. Peeking at me. The people in that closed-off space is stealthily and at the same time persistently peeping at me. Immediately a pair of saw blades furiously spun and tried to cut me down with enough force to grind even the air. By reflex I managed to block the saw blade with my sword. Perhaps it isn't correct to say I managed to block it. It was unmanageable, so heavy that it's hard to accurately represent in words. The saw blade spun and came face to face with mine, and blood began to splatter in all directions from the blood-twined red sword. If this situation persists, the sword itself will be cleaved apart. That by itself isn't an issue. I can always make a new sword from blood. He is using the blood as a weapon. but that would necessitate new blood to be shed to maintain the blade. I'd like to avoid that. As such, I wrap my body in my red cloak, becoming one giant drop of blood. The saw grinds even this, causing countless blood spurts to clammily drench the floor like a fountain. The fallen blood soon pools together, forming a puddle, and I become one with the blood, hiding my body within. Until all the blood on the floor dries up, I'll be able to reappear anytime I want. No, to be more accurate, I had a feeling I could do so. Huh. He can just kind of liquefy himself now? I don't want to. Damn. It's earned me just a little breathing room before the blood coagulates. I have to finish assessing the situation. The eye was still looking at me. It was something different from glaring. There was a vicious greed to it. It was craving and coveting after me with its eye. While I was in the puddle, it changed its target and began tearing the things crawling in the lab to pieces. Even if they were only incapacitated, my efforts to save them had already been torn to shreds. Eventually, after slaughtering everything that moved before its eye, it turned its gaze straight to the next target, the three people standing behind one of the laboratory's shattered windows. Gubo, the researcher named Asia, and Nansuel. Oh. Probably should run. As if satisfied with his observation, Gubo nodded to Asia, who then opened the lab's back door. The corridor was visible through the slightly ajar door. But Asia already maneuvered through the corridor. If so, he could have escaped from here at any given moment. He must have had many reasons not to fly away, even though he knew how to open his cage. Leaving behind Nansuel, who was shouting in confusion, the two entered the corridor and promptly closed the door. Yeah, it must be a little weird seeing all this. Like, oh, this guy entered an egg. Oh, he's now some weird lizard with dots. Oh no. Oh, Virgil is now a... What? Is now what? What is that? What? Huh? What is what? Huh? Where'd he get all this stuff? Huh? Dottie is now like some weird box with saw blades and an eye? What? And now Nansuel is alone. I need to get the box dashed towards him, spinning its saw blades. Nansuel will now understand the meaning of the situation. The only tool he has at his disposal is a somewhat thin knife made for extracting moonstones. A traitor's blade, adequate for gouging those without murderous intent, but not fit for standing up to those who have. Nansuel knows he will die without being able to put up a proper resistance, and he vaguely knows that I will try to save him from this situation. The saw blade wielding box, together with a cacophonous metallic sound, closes in on Nansuel. Only one step remains. No, wait, on Nansuel until only one step remains. Until that is when I emerge from the blood puddle, exposing my form. I swing my bloody sword, spraying blood droplets under the box. Once dispersed, the embedded drops soon condensed into sharp blades to cut it apart. However, although the blood embedded itself in the box, it remained uncut, as if denying the violence born of blood. The blood daggers stick to the iron box without being able to pierce it, but that was enough to direct the box's attention to me. Its body turns around, and once again our gazes meet. I ask Nansuel who was behind it. What were your reasons for doing this? His reasons don't matter at this point. Waterfall moment. There we go. His reasons don't matter at this point, but I just want to hear them from Nansuel's mouth. I wonder what he had to gain from turning his back on me in the office. Boss, why did you do it? Resignation was visible in Nansuel's face. We both know that we only won a few moments before we attract the box's gaze, that the situation can reverse at any time. You can survive anything, you know, but I can't. Unlike the ring, you wouldn't seek revenge that doesn't benefit your plan in the pursuit of a singularity. However, I don't have the self-confidence to let myself be hunted down by the ring for the rest of my life. Was I the only one? I'm sure the others felt the same. So you thought that I would let you live? No, I didn't. Saying so, Nuncio showed a weak smile, appearing to be a little exhausted. But my family will. He'd kill me, a traitor, but would never touch my family. The ring wouldn't mind doing something like that. It's still, at least it wasn't the middle. At least it wasn't the middle. Yeah, the middle would probably do some... not so nice stuff. I closed my eyes, and Zill's words carried a heavy weight. I had wandered aimlessly along the road, relying on the orphanage. However, I couldn't protect even that, nor could I properly avenge the children, so I can only wonder how uncertain and risky I must have seemed through my subordinate's eyes. Not only that, but to what extent was I able to protect someone I didn't know? In the end, I, who couldn't do anything right, was the only one that pushed Nuncio into that choice. I failed to consider Nuncio's position, and Nuncio also didn't try to comprehend mine. In this world, moments of disconnect like these will inevitably occur. We thought we knew each other, but despite our overconfidence in our 5 senses, we couldn't truly understand each other. If I were to die, then I hoped to bring you down with me. But after all, my wish for death was a desire beyond my reach too. I shut my eyes, and during the fleeting moment it took to recollect the thoughts and emotions raging inside my mind, the box already had spun around and minced Nancio's body. Damn. Rest in peace. But I guess he was a traitor, so I don't know. But I guess he kinda did it cause... I don't know. But immediate slaughter occurred before I was able to do anything. That thing could think, only hunger. I once again hid myself in the puddle of blood. Inside the dots, they abandoned such sentiments as sorrow and grief that I could only candidly express to Nancuel, no matter whose death unfolds before me. I resolved to walk down this path. I didn't obtain enough information from the short clash I had with it. However, I instinctively knew that this thing was a new existence, wholly estranged from the sequence of dots that was the life of the human being called Jimzun. Something like a distortion, yet different. Or maybe. It's a very weak guess, but I have no time to leisurely solve the thing's origin. The air here is cold and dry, making spilled blood harden quickly. If all the blood dries up, I won't be able to reveal my body. It will be trapped on the floor as I am now. The gaze persistently followed me as I shifted my position within the blood. Its pupil steadily chased me, as if it knew for certain where I was inside the puddle. I don't have much blood left now, and this familiar yet new weapon and armor. I like that it can feel his gaze, just like in-game. I don't have much blood left now, and this familiar yet new weapon and armor. I felt like I'll be unable to use this ability anymore if I run out of blood. If that were to happen, I'd die vomiting out all of my blood. These tools can only be used again if I fill them with someone else's blood. So I have to finalize my judgment before the blood dries up. That thing emerged from a distortion. It cannot have a completely different nature from them. Therefore, its existence as a being consumed by, and that behaves according to its desire has, in the end, remained unchanged. That from the beginning may have been yet another facet of the distortions. However, I still have no solid information about any of this, only vague guesses. I have no other choice than to amass what little information I have, and then grope my way forward. It would have been an strenuous task to locate my position within the blood in a general sense, but even inside the puddle, the thing maintains eye contact with me. Also, during the brief moment I closed my eyes, the box moved from behind me to kill Nanciel. Such what that eye longs for. Another's gaze. That's just the icon. That's just the icon from Elcor, amazing. It truly is just like... It truly is just like, burrowing heaven. It's not like... It's not that this thing hates being watched, it's just it wants to be watched. Virgilia stopped looking at it, so it looked towards someone else who would look at it. Except Burrowing Heaven has the self-control to, not kill you if you look at it. And instead kills you for not looking at it. I remember reading somewhere that it holds itself, has the self-control to hold itself back from not killing you if you blink. Like it can wait that long. How patient. It's not like the peanut. Alright. Final book. The last one. I need to drink some water. Very good. Right. Final book. Caron, and Garnet. Close my eyes. To look at someone else, to look at someone is to capture them in your eye. It is to insert them into your awareness. Through the window called the eye. The glass window of this window. The glass window of this window is so clear in appearance that it seems to allow no distortion. Excuse me. But in truth, it creates a biased sight, which is then taken to heart above anything else. That is to say, even though I look at it, I must not insert it into my gaze. If one wills it, one's wish will always lay in their gaze, but as wishes are always far away, we must always maintain distance as well. Such mang. Saw it. I decided to no longer care about what it was, even if it killed what was once the children, even if its original form was the man who made Garnet enter his cocoon. I would not put any emotion into my strike. I will remove it just as I would a block of stone, a hurdle placed along my path. I still had my eyes closed, so by my series of deductions it should have stayed still because it would only have moved if I had looked at it. It took him less to figure it out than I did, but that's Bertilius for you. However, it didn't. It had moved to somewhere else. Is there still something in this place that can hold that thing in its eyes? There should be no surviving people here. However, so there shouldn't be any gaze. I heard the disordered noise of saw blades and the sound of something solid, like a jewel shattering into tiny pieces. Oh, it's going for Garnet! Oh my god, yes, like the jewel Garnet was cocooned in. I heard the sound of what that voice had called an egg being broken apart. Also, that means that Garnet has been watching this. Damn. Or maybe he hasn't, and it's just Schadenfreude's just going towards it because he could look at it. Only after that, did it stop moving? The sounds of that huge crystal cracking and shattering were over in an instant. Only after that, it stopped moving, and sounds once again descended upon the laboratory. Garnet had been watching everything in that opaque and solitary space. He watched the outside, always in a struggle to hatch. I slowly walked towards it, my eyes shut. I felt the shaking of the muscles of my closed eyes and sword-gripping hand. I took some steps, neither few nor many, until I felt I was standing right in front of it. Until a while ago, I believed I could cut that thing down without emotion. If I were to attack with my blood-drenched weapon like that, I'd be able to cut it, as if only empty air was there. However, I adamantly wanted to see its form struggling in pain. and so I chose to capture it in my gaze. I opened my eyes. Damn. Not so different from Gamora, then. He wants to see the abnormality suffer. Soon after, I saw its machinery activate and its opened pupil from the gap in the box. Immediately, a mechanical arm bearing a saw blade flew in. Something blunt was needed to catch it. For that sake, I strained my heart to coil the mung. The blood cloak, worn with resentment, was sturdier than before, but the indiscriminate gyration of the saw blade forced the blood to shed and burst. But I must bear it. I allowed what little blood I had left to gush out to endure this brutality. Damn, look at this. He's got his hand on it. You really can just control it just like that, huh? Put my hands on the cold metal box and looked it straight in the eye, hidden deep within. What are you looking at that makes you so pleased? Before my bullet could run out and fall apart. Ooh, Among. Thirst. Among spurred my thirst for the blood I was to spill, so I chopped my blade deep into the box. Ow! The gazes, the people, the destiny that had until now merely observed the suffering of my life. As if cursing everything in this world, I poured out all the strength I could muster into it. The blade of blood, embedded into its eye, took on a sporadically pointed shape akin to a mass of thorns. Its form was not of a sword meant to kill, but of a tool that purely inflicted pain. As if something broke in my head, ceaselessly thrust the stake-like thorn sword into its eye socket. I couldn't protect anything, and I may never be able to. But I appeared as if it could see my whole life, from past to present, truly yet interestedly. It was as if I, who even let Garnet die, the one I could have saved, could only see my own impatience and naivete beyond that pupil. The box, as if trying to release itself from the agony, shook violently, and at the same time, fiercely pulled down its saw blade in an attempt to cleave me. My undying rage was directed at this thing that does not pay the price of bearing a tragedy, only for pleasure. Are the fruits of what I experienced in the dots only ripening now? This wrath is towards myself, having forgotten about Garnet even though I surpassed those dots, but also towards that thing which consistently appeared without forgetting about Garnet. I stopped the sword that I had been plunging in for a while. Two eyes that shed blood and tears looked at the single eye in the hole, also shedding blood and tears. Now I'm the one who appears. The box, as if screaming, shook unceasingly. I drove the blood-woven blade even deeper into the gap in order to engrave the pain until the end. Clang. As the knife buried into a deeper place in the box, I felt it get caught on something. With all my might, I excruciatingly pulled the blade upwards, cutting it apart. Oh my god, he split it in half. Eee. Everything from the flesh inside the box to the safe-like body that was sliced clean. A stream of blood that rose to the ceiling fell like a broken hope that couldn't find a place to rest. The vein of red blanketed its body just as blood covered mine. Without me noticing, the lab was already painted red. Red is his color. Cold laboratory and machinery were stained with blood that could have belonged to anyone, and corpses, each telling its own story, lay strewn about in disarray. Once warm, the blood cooled down, giving off a metallic stench. Yes, if there is a hell, it would look like this. The scenery I've always seen is like this too. Click. By the time I forgot myself in the stillness of the hell before me, I began to hear mechanical noises coming from a speaker somewhere in the lab. And then a familiar voice leaked out. It was Lan Yen's. I already knew what he was going to say. This moment also occurred in one of the innumerable despairs I experienced in the dots, but I couldn't stay calm. My mind was perpetually darkened. Can you hear me, boss? He was right. This should be the frequency. I think it's working. I have to tell you this. Danyan's breathing was coarse. Boss, the office has been attacked. He was talking with difficulty as if throwing up blood over his voice. There exists no device or means to transmit speech from this side. I have no choice but to listen to the words coming one-sidedly from the cold speaker. That picture we all saw together, the location of that laboratory, was in Encore. The taboo hunters came here. Oh, the head came. Wait, no. They're taboo hunters. Taboo hunters would be the head, wouldn't they? They rummaged through the office, killed everyone. Encore's hunters. Huh. Encore have hunters? Yeah. Why is Encore like the evil corporation? Let's see. Where? They rummaged through the office, killed everyone. Due to my experience in the dots, I had already put together several pieces of the puzzle in my head. The ring's laboratory, which could only be reached through the corridor, was somewhere within Encore. The footage of their nest, where filming is taboo, found its way into our office. I mean, any corporation would send people to kill whoever peeks at their secrets. I guess so. That makes sense. Like, Encore just feels so evil. The villains in Limbus are from Encore. Cromer and the whole, like, that whole stuff was Encore. You know. However, I thought an office of our grade would be able to negotiate with the taboo hunters before their dispatch. I guess the contents of that tape were a taboo of quite high level. Yeah. And since the film contained something absolutely unpardonable, we who saw the footage were observed and identified in turn. Once Encore taboo hunters begin their pursuit, they will retrieve the footage after disposing of everyone who has seen it. This must have been the reason why Gubo, who works for Encore, was at the ring's auction house. To the auction, he would go to the laboratory built somewhere in Encore, hidden by the ring with the corridor, identify its location, and retrieve their researcher. The fact that Encore's taboo hunters invaded our office, located in Vicor's nest, also meant that the two wings had already finished the necessary agreements and approvals quite fast. One day I met with the group called the Elders of Vicor. They visited me under the guise of greetings and having a meal with me, and they spoke with the edges of their mouths stretched to their fullest. Definitely, wanting something out of him? Contact us whenever you need us. We'll always be on your side, Mr. Vigilius, understand? Weightless, empty words. They weighed the scales between Encore and I, and Encore was simply heavier. Their tedious lips service didn't impact the weighing scales at all. Well, boss, I'm sure you can negotiate with Encore's golden horses. So I'm not worried about that. But Rokako, Yunsel, and Denver, please take good care of them. Through the speaker, I could faintly hear the sound of someone walking behind the door of the room where Lane Yen was. My special bonus. Please pass it to those three when they grow up. Aww. Contact was lost with the roar of something being broken. No more words were left behind by Lanyan. Only someone regained again. Only silence remained again. In the end, what I felt was no different from the emotions I endlessly experienced in Jumsun's thoughts. But compared to the myriad despairs, this was no different from the pain of a paper cut. The butcher never hurt anymore. But the knife pierced the abscessed wound again, before the calluses could form. I pressed down on the blood that was flowing on and endured it. Now am I truly enduring it? I may have already shed all the blood inside me him at my end. All thing is reforming, is it? After cutting the thing down, a small safe-like box had been left in front of me. I stood before the unmoving box and quietly stared at it. Looked down on it. Look at it. It's cracked. What kind of monster doesn't die or disappear but leaves behind something like this? Small safe-like box, huh? I guess that will be its egg thing. What kind of monster isn't there to spear? What leaves behind something like this? I left the box there and began to take the next step. Now that I've lost everything, I have to leave this place, get everything down in my path, and go to where I need to go. Because the city needs to be punished. How ironic. Now that I've lost everything, that man who suffered the same came to mind. Hey, you're still living the simple life. You've got a color, so why not try to do something that brings a little more money? It seems marriage was worth it. Does it look that way? Your blade looks duller than when we first met. And now you have that odd laughter mixed in. Quite unpleasant. Same skip. I guess it's obvious. Truth is, even back where I wore my mask in front of you, I felt like you could see through me. The pressure in your eyes. No time skip, still remembering? Oh. Felt like you could see through me. The pressure in your eyes still hasn't changed. Someone heard this, they think we've met often. We've only worked together during the blood red. It is Roland! Yo! That incident did drag on for way too long. It's not calling my gaze a pressure. It was one of the few people that would casually directly look at me, look me in the eye. That man, previously so busy with hiding behind a mask and suppressing himself, now had become so sly he could show his face and talk freely and at length by himself. This was definitely after the, after they were done with, like, Blood Red Night. Did Roland just, like, start showing his face to everyone? Or was it only to Angelica? Since I remember he took off his mask for her, then. Now he had become so sly he could show his face and talk freely and at length by himself. By this I assume he just stopped doing that, perhaps? Why are you living in District 9 when you could have gone to another nest? Well, the nests we hoped to enter rejected us, but my wife likes it here, so... Moon. Thank you. Thank you. Water is very important right now. I still plan on doing that book reading stream in Ruina. I've actually run out of water now. I'm gonna need to go refill this bottle. For this. Unless we have to book reading better have blood splash. Of course. Don't you know about the Book of the Hunters? Come on. You know the Wedge Office, the guy with the bloodborne hat? Come on, you remember the one I gave to you. In any case, fixers who have reached a certain grade are denied migrations to Nest based on past requests, performance, or contracts. Universally, this means that others are more eager to let high-grade fixers into their nest. You know how it is. If you set your mind to it, you can enter a nest, but it's really important which nest you get into. And even there, you have to find a good location, and a house with the options you like, so you can't move in that easily. Plus you have to consider the price of the house, which has been going up, and the schools in the area, as they'll become important later on. So that's why people say that once you enter a nest, it's hard to move out without a special reason. You have a lot to say about it, as much as you desire it. Yeah, I'm a little greedy. So what's your desire? People who've risen up to a certain status always want at least one thing, because that's how they crawled their way up. Those who wanted to rise above the city had to do everything in their power. It takes a desire that shields one against vice to climb up this cliff, as one wrong step would likely result in a fall. Didn't you say this was your last job? Yep, and it's almost time to get going. Come to think of it, it's pretty crazy that I'm going to do my last job with you. It wouldn't hurt to tell you at this occasion, then. I remember in Roland's memories, he went to do, like, he was called to do a job with an old friend. I'm assuming that was Olivier, not Virgilius. we get going. It wouldn't hurt to tell you at this occasion, then. Unwittingly, I lightly spoke out the desires in a world I had pictured in my mind. At our first meeting, he seemed to abhor everything we saw, such that he would bow his head and hide his face from the world. It was as if he was trying to bear the sins of the city. Was that why I thought he had that took to understand my world? Seriously? Yes. That's unexpected. I don't understand why everyone who gets a color ends up having a screw loose, without exception. Argalia? Forget it. He'd just think of it as an insincere joke either way. Oh yeah, but considering it's you, it might not be impossible. A long pause of silence. But don't take everything so seriously. That's that, and this is this. I looked at him quietly, smiling. I can't say I know you well, but I don't think those words suit you. I see you were exhausted as well. Or rather, did your initiative reach its end there? Not wanting to use my eyes any further, I stopped them again. We executed a request. How long has it been since that day? The city had become brimmed with light and darkness for quite some time. The sound of a piano had also echoed far and wide for a while. No lag. This is a wild picture. I guess he does wear his mask still. Perhaps. Well, perhaps this is after the, I guess maybe he only wears it, like, during operations. By the time I realized it, something was already speaking to me in my darkened room. Red gay. Oh. Red gaze. Were you involved in the incident? His voice, which I hadn't heard in a long time, held spiteful malice and murderous intentions. Together when it came, a foul stench of blood. I did not notice such a dark presence because of the intense patience of the intruder, who was capable of perfectly concealing it all in the shadows. Black silence. He didn't ask for permission, as usual. I've been informed of what happened, and I feel sorry for it. Wait. I felt as if I could see tear-filled eyes beyond his mask. I've been informed of what happened, and I felt sorry for it. And I'm most curious as to why you believe I was involved in that. Pictures from after the playlist. You feel sorry. Quit it with this worthless speech. My sympathetic feelings were genuine, but it is also true that my words had no worth. There are no words of comfort in this world that I can offer to this person. Grief and sorrow are his to bear, and nothing can replace them. The same applies to me. Such there is nothing either of us can do about it. Any words we'll exchange hereafter will not be words meant to touch the heart. Now this one, depending on what I say, will try to murder me immediately, and when he does, I must do my best to defend myself and slay him in turn. I must consider all such possibilities and choose my words and occasions carefully. They have returned. Hello. Let me refresh. There we go. Alright then. Red gaze. He once told me about the world he desired. It's because of that conversation we've had in the past that I'll point out what you've got it completely wrong. That slip of the tongue. Was he able to understand the wish laden in those words? It was nothing more than a dream I once had. Can't even begin to put it into practice. It's merely an ideal. Isan. I looked into the eyes that were hidden somewhere behind the mask. Some time passed, and in time, a deeply hoarse voice rose. You'd better be telling the truth. The black-masked someone calmly opened the door and left, disappearing into the darkness and quiet, never to be seen again. Who would win, I wonder, in that case? I mean, Virgilius has... No, this was before he got ego. I don't know. Who would win in that case? Roland was able to deal with, like, a bunch of stuff, like the pianist. I don't know. The words I was unable to speak out, mixed together with the still stirring bloodlust in the air, rolled around in my throat. If such a world really came to pass, even you as you are now would be at peace. Damn. Sounds of that time, back to present, which appeared as if an uninvited guest raised a valid point. The time to create such a world has arrived. From here, I could hear only a low sound coming from the laboratory. It came from the test tubes that contained the orphanage's children. Most of the tubes were forced open, and the children that changed due to the glass window were lying dead on the floor. A single test tube remained closed, and now it was slowly opening. I saw a face I thought I would never see again. The face quietly and expressionally looking at me was that of Lapis. I ran straight to Lapis. Lapis. She had no external wounds. However, she didn't reply, for her pupils no longer looked at the light like in the past. Her eyes, no longer bound to the wheel of time, saw a different world beyond this one. Lapis. I'm not Lapis. My name is Caron. Oh my god. The ring's glass window experiment was successful. With the success of Jamzon's experiment, Lapis no longer exists. Expelled and overridden by Caron, Lapis is effectively dead. The light that I thought was a lighthouse was merely a shadow on the water. There was no island after all. Thus I decided to turn my back on the child in front of me. It would only dig up more of my wounds, so I had to sever our connections before it was built. This is both for my and Caron's sake. I approached the various administrative and recording devices installed in the chamber where Gubo and Nansuel were. I had to print out and organize all the technical documents about the ring's research. I had to use everything available. So I paid no mind to whose and how much blood stained this data. The only thing that mattered was whether it was valuable or not. Excuse me. The strange child, in the shape of Lapis, walked to my location. Caron, hungry. Oh, without a reply. Excuse me. I kept collecting documents. The child, without any reaction in particular, walked to another spot. These papers hold some high-valued information. Companies and fixers would make good deals came to mind. At this rate, I should be able to attain the power needed to take the first step. The moment I thought so, the corpses of Rikako and Nansuel entered the edges of my gaze. I stopped what I was doing and moved to Rikako's front. His eyes fallen and backstabbed, looked at the shadows that closed his eyes. Then I took off my coat and covered Nansuel's minced body. And before I realized it, Lapis, no, Caron was observing me. What are you doing? Caron found this shiny thing. It's warm. Oh. 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 Hi, Oro. Is this the day we see the fabled lore I've heard so much about? In what way? Leviathan lore? Limbas lore? Continuing the game? Heartbreak? Caron reached out her hand. It was a hand with no alertness or fear. Suddenly the pit of my stomach began to hurt again. The pain that pierced my back caused by that very same hand. All of the above? Yes. Yes, we've been through most of the Leviathan lore. This is the last page of the last chapter. Well, hello there, by the way. Hello, Oro. Welcome in. It's peak. It's so peak. It's so peak. It was like, at the start it was like, oh, okay, cool story about Virgilius. And then like, and then later on, it was like, oh, alright, not bad. And then like the last 4 or 5 pages were like, it's wow. Maybe I need to finish reading it. It's, especially the last pages, you absolutely need to. Yes, you do, Oro. Yes, you absolutely do. Spoilers, then. If you don't want to get spoiled, feel free to leave for like, I don't know, however long it takes me to read all this. 15 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. Maybe less. This is... Caron's hand was a red jewel. The jewel garnet was golden, but that was broken and shattered by those saw blades, losing its light and warmth. Yet the piece Caron held was shining as if crying. Among the numerous tiny fragments, it was the only one that shined. I was about to grab the piece Caron held out, but she withdrew her hand again. Caron found it in that pile, so it's Caron's. I like it. It's warm. I painfully suppressed the emotion that seemed to be squeezing my throat. Indeed. However, when you upload the VOD to YouTube to have it as an audiobook, hell yeah. Honestly, I could do one thing. I don't know how many hours I've read this. It shouldn't be too many. I could make it a highlight. Or I guess it would have to be 2 highlights. So they can be permanently on Twitch. But I will definitely be uploading them on YouTube as well. Caron is curious about the name of this shiny. Do you know? Garnet. A jewel that shines red. Can you read every single Arknight's dialogue for me? I mean, do I do it good? Do I do good job reading? I don't know. Sorry, Moonwise, that already hurts, and I have Limbas company. In the end, my heart, which didn't wish to exchange words, slowly melted down before this child who had picked up a star in the night. Why does this thing called a heart not work as I wish to? Together with the sound of an explosion, one of the lab's doors blown open. They looked quite different from the Endcore's taboo hunters. Actually, it doesn't matter who they are. I seized the handle of my gladius once more. An unfamiliar name was heard. That didn't matter to me. It would be 100 plus hours of dialogue. See? That's quite a lot. They're quite different than the Cortebo hunters. Actually, skip 2 whole lines. Oh wait, what? Did I? Together with the sound of the explosion. Did I? Which one? Gratefully suppressed the emotions that seemed to be squeezing my throat. Caron is curious about the name of the shiny, do you know? I learned the jewel that shines red. Indeed, my heart... You went from Gladius to an unfamiliar name? Wait, hold on. Oh, we did. You're right. They look quite different for Ancor's taboo hunters. Actually, it doesn't matter who they are. I seized the handle of my Gladius once more. LCA Specialist Operations Team completed entry into operational position. Red has been found. The area is now surrounded by the second camp. Limbas Company! Oh my god. No way. An unfamiliar name was heard, but that didn't matter to me. They were probably just one of the obstacles on the road that I would have to cut down anyway. With that thought in mind, I was about to put some strength into the hand holding my sword when... No, there's no need to shed blood anymore. Someone walked up from the middle of the armed group. A person with hair that seemed white from a distance but grayish up close. Close? She showed no agitation or nervousness towards my sword-wielding appearance. Rather than calm, They seem to simply be fatigued by everything. Familiar feeling. Boredom. That looks like Faust to me, on a nice coat. I am Faust of the Limbus Company. It is Faust! It's the first time I've heard of such a company. But since this is a company, they must have raided this lab for its technology. I know what you want, and I can help you achieve it. You're regarded as nothing more than the lip service of an employee, a truly worthless statement. Lapis and Garnet, we can give those two back to you. Oh. Emotionlessly stared at her words. Felt my eyes tremble for a moment. I planned to walk the path on my lonesome, but the red light shining from a jewel shattered to pieces. The warmth of that light offered to me by a child, both familiar yet different. That single sentence from a stranger which compelled me to turn my head, if only faintly, to the light. A faded promise from the past. They seized me, stopping me in my tracks. How about it, Red Gaze? Would you like to work with Limbus Company? I closed my eyes. Let's hear what you have to say. No way. Absolute cinema. 10 out of 10. Maybe not 10 out of 10, but great, incredible. Loved it. Sick. Virgilius was hired just like any other sinner into Limbus Company. Congrats on surviving reading. I did what no other Limbus Company player could. I read. I guess you're the exception as well. Reading a single page out of this would have given the average player a brain aneurysm. With this I have unlocked the ability to unlock ego. I think, or something. That's so tragic. Oh, Canon, no. Canon is just Lapis who saw the innumerable, every universe, until she was just broken down to a small child. That's very sad. Well, this... not quite right? Placed by version of it from another mirror world. Oh! I see. Damn. The original Lapis is gone. Merely an ID, I guess, of her remains. Also, stream gone again. Wow. Can you work now, please? Good. Green. That's what I like to see, that green, those 4 green bars. The bottom right of my screen. Well then. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the goal of the ring was to, I guess, bring out an ID, or a person, replace a person with an alternate universe version of themselves. Which is kind of what Limbus Company has succeeded in doing, right? Since we can use IDs. They don't permanently replace the person, but they, like, let them temporarily use their abilities in battle. Through the, like, Mephistopheles engine, which Faust created. No, Lapis and Garnet, we can give those two back to you. The most likely way I can see this happening is through an alternate universe that those two lived. Where those two lived? How would they manage to do that, or how they would do that? In what way? Is my question. Would they just put Virgilius in another timeline? Would they just I don't know. They just take this shard of the garnet and be able to reverse it back into a different version of himself, or that he survived in? Lapis is Lapis. The others are long gone. Lapis I can understand. Maybe it's possible to bring her back to how she was. Also, the power of the mirror. Truly incredible. So cool. That's so cool. That's so cool. Question. There's a certain scene I've heard about, but I don't know if it exists or not, or how it could exist, but there's a certain grade 9 fixer, like a cameo in the story. He makes more than just a cameo. He appears, yeah. He appears. A certain washed grade 9 fixer. Yeah. It's always cool to watch. But yeah, I guess that's Leviathan. Great story. I wonder now, since people, you, have been telling me to read Leviathan before Canto VI. I'm very curious why. We've already seen some of the weird stuff I couldn't understand. Like the monolith. Like this, I mean, I still don't know what the monolith is. That might be like a distortion detective thing. But distortion detective will be for a different stream. Thanks, this makes me feel no sorrow this time. I'll play Canto VI. And that's what I'm gonna really own. That's all I knew about Leviathan before starting. I basically knew almost nothing about Leviathan before starting it. I entered completely blind. 35 seconds left into the music. Thank you, Pomodoro. Thank you, Study With Me in Hollow Knight 25 divided by 5 Pomodoro timer 2 hour nature and ambient study by Study with Danny. For being perfectly timed with me finishing this. And the stream died again. And it's back. It died for a moment, huh? There we go. With that. Time for some Limbus Company. There we go. There we go. Pin this. Manually unpinned. Speaking about Hollow Knight, thanks for the keybind configuration, it works perfectly. Just made some slight changes, but I can play Suxlong again. Very nice. I never knew about the world of mouse and keyboard for platformers until, I guess, when I played Silksong. And I'm glad people have introduced me to it. I'm honestly gonna be using it for... using that control scheme for, quite a lot more games. So maybe I'll even use it for Celeste, I don't know. I haven't played Celeste in quite a while. Right. Gonna launch Limbus Company. We're gonna watch The Warp Train and Spoiler Man. Ender Dragon is the final boss of... There we go. How could you? I haven't beaten Minecraft yet, you know. How could you? Alright. Still need to beat Minecraft. Still issue. Listen, I always die, okay? And then I give up the run, I don't know. Nimbus Company! I'm losing my everlasting mind right now. Oh, Zeph, what's happening? What's happening, Zeph? What happened? Behold, Spoiler Man. And his giant spoiler train. What the heck is my Twitch? I hope the stream is not lagging for anyone. Okay. If we shout it multiply? Wait, what? Wait, what do you mean? I can't stream at all without issues. I got a new streaming app and of course it's terrible. The internal audio isn't recorded and I don't know how to fix it. What app did you get? Actually, what app did you get? Answer me and I'll be back in a moment. I have to fill my water bottle. What do you mean he do be on the verge of crashing? Streamlabs mobile. Ah, I see. Lots of lag in general, but it may be action Nina since it fixes how without me reloading the stream. Yes. It likely is from my end because my family's watching something on the TV that might be affecting it. 6011. Hopefully that number doesn't increase. I don't know about Streamlabs. At least on mobile, I haven't tried it. But it can definitely, something like that feels definitely fixable. I can help you out later if you want. Or I can try to, at least. Shoo away, spoiler man. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Damn. I didn't know he could lag my game like that. I got my lunch. Calzones. With mushrooms.
점심에도 그리 여유롭게 돌아가지 않는다네. 서부의 협회는 제법 긴 티타임을 즐긴다고도.
My smile always gets just a little smaller whenever I see her. I always get just a little more depressed. Alright. 1100 Lunashi. Hopefully, after this, we should be able to do a good few extractions. And if I'm with any luck, not you, areas, with any luck, better watch your tone, you know. sorry, spoiler man. Search for solutions, but of course Google gives me nothing. I don't know. Apologies if I hear any background noise. I'm gonna do this weird thing I haven't done before called progressing the game. 48 nodes as opposed to 36 in Canto V. I hope all is done. Please no. Wuthering Heights. It's just it's the name of the thing. It's the name of the thing. Oh.
보랏빛 꽃만이 유일한 아름다움으로 남아있는 그 저택으로. 폭풍으로 뚫린 균열 사이로 모든 온기가 빠져나갔던 그 저택으로.
Oh, this is the wild hunt thingy
너에게 삶을 내어준 대신
that I talked to you about.
무너짐을 안겨주었던 그 저택으로. 난로불 가운데가 아닌 차가운 모퉁이 어기만이 네 자리였던 그 저택으로. 황야에서 돌아와.
Return from the moors. It's time for you to come home. Oh god, we're so not colored. But this is what T-Core's nest looks like. We had surprisingly little trouble making it past the nest's borders. I guess my concerns were unfounded. Oh god, she looks so orange.
아무도 하진 않았는데.
다 컸어 이제.
Everyone seems awfully relaxed for having just entered a different nest. I guess everyone's gotten used to this by now. Humdrum routine. Guess it'd be the words to describe it as a general sentiment among the sinners. Except for one, that is. Hittegrippa. We're headed to this place called Wuthering Heights next, right? I could tell from Hittegrip's glum expression that his mind was weighed down by all kinds of complicated concerns.
그렇지.
So his eyes were staring at the moving scenery past the windows. His mind affixed on something that his eyes couldn't see. Something that lay beyond the building walls. Hello. Hello, Venom. Venom? Welcome in. Hope you're having a lovely day. We're just starting out Canto VI. Wuthering Heights. That manor must have been built on... Oh, wait. I'm too used to reading now. I forget that I can let the characters read themselves.
그 저택은 바람이 지랄맞게 불었어.
What does wuthering mean, actually? Need to look this up. Not Wuthering Waves, the video game. Oh my god. Stop giving me the gacha games. Of weather, characterized by strong winds. I see. It's just windy heights. Heathcliff's voice carried an unusually dark tone. The other sinners on the bus noticed this and began chatting him up.
고향이라 뭐 태어난 곳이 아니라 자라온 곳이긴 한데 하긴 그것도 고향이라면 고향이겠지.
He was raised in Wuthering Heights.
근데 보통 고향하면 떠올리는 감정은 아니야. 하면 머릿속에서
This game is quiet.
상상했어. 내가 그
I had to erase this.
만에 돌아가서 모든 걸 남김없이 부수고
That seems more like it.
모든 걸 부숴서 그 다음엔 뭘 하려고 했는데요? 저를 보고도 깨달은 게 없는 거예요?
있어. 일단 내가 획가닥해서 되져버리기 직전까지 가게 되더라도 너희 중 하나가 어떻게든 끄집어내줄 거라는 거.
Nothing you'll to pull me right out of it. Oh, that one of you will pull me right out of it. That's lovely. Wait for the fight sound effects to be deafening. If that happens, I can reduce the effects sounds. Those are usually the most deafening stuff.
뭐 두들겨 패서라도 꺼내달라는 건가요?
No way.
두들겨 패서라도 그럴 필요가 있으면.
Hell yeah.
어디까지 허용이 되지?
Permission to beat up Heathcliff?
신체 절단과 신경 조직 손상 중에
Nerve mutilation.
머리 같은 데를 세게 쥐어박는 정도는 괜찮지 않을까요?
아니 이 새끼들 나한테 쌓인 걸 풀라는 의미가 아니라고. 지금 진지하게.
그래도 지금의 히스클리프 씨라면 잘 해내실 것 같다는 생각이 들어요.
I thought I could get away with having my eyes closed while you read everything, but I also forgot you don't read characters I already speak. I did a poll on this when I started playing Runa. But do you prefer when I read everything that people say? Because Dante I will read it, but the other people who are voiced. Is it better if I read or if I don't read? If I read, then you can watch without watching. And that's great. But if I don't read, you kind of just have to guess what they're saying. Damn, that was a sick one-liner Heathcliff just said.
뭔 소리야? 지금이라니.
I think it's better this way. The voice acting is great, and this way you don't have to get tired of speaking all the time. Nice, fair. In that case, we shall continue.
지금의 히스클리프 씨는 가난하고 남은 게 아무것도 없잖아요.
You're poor. You're poor,
뭐? 가난?
says the rich kid.
이제는 아예 대놓고 시비 걸기로 작정했냐? 내가
아니 오해가 있으신 것 같아요.
Pablo is far from the most talkative sinner, but when he does speak, he usually has something insightful to say. Though since he never says it in a way that's immediately obvious, his words are very prone to misunderstandings.
저희는 모두 가난해요. 그러니 예전과는 많은 게 달라졌을 거예요. 어쩌면 가진 게 아무것도 없을 때가 되어서야 몰랐던 걸 깨달을 수도 있으니까요.
I don't know, which is bad for me when I'm waking up. Since I can't just listen while trying my best to wake up, I see. I'm looking, oh damn, need to grow up. Shit, I'm big now. I got a model, I can move, I can schmove, I got my eyes, I can open my mouth, I can wow, and stuff. I love it. Have a nice day. Good luck with whatever else you are doing. Have a lovely day.
가난하여서 이렇게 구릿구릿한 색깔을 계속 가지고 다녀야 하는 거요?
Wait, what did Fanglu say? In a way, we're all deprived. That can change a lot of things. Maybe there are things that we can understand only when we're left with nothing. No. Don Quixote looked mournfully at everything around her, and herself. It sounded like she was about to cry. No. Everything had been drained of color since the moment we entered Tikor. Out through the back streets. Feels like even more of our colors have been taken away since then.
그 얘기 언제 하나 했어? 대체 언제까지 이런 색깔로 다녀야 하는 거야?
No.
라는 생각을 한 게 불과 10시간 전인데 가도 원상복귀가 되지 않잖아. 이대로 평생 칙칙하게만 살아야 하는 거야? 이러면 식욕도 떨어져. 살아갈 의지가 없어지게 된다고.
It's truly the land of corporations when it turns to July.
고기를 먹어도 고기가 상한 걸로밖에 안 보인다고.
갑자기 너무 건너뛴 것 같지 않아?
그리고 저 사람들은 옷의 색깔이 보이고 있잖아.
Huh? With an annoyed look, Erodia gestured toward the people outside the bus.
대기인분들께 해드린 답변을 합치면 23번째 답변이긴 합니다만 색깔을 돌려받으려면 그에 준하는 돈을 지불해야 합니다.
저 정도로 색깔을 돌려받은 거면 코트에 바지에 저 새끼는 별로 잘 살지도 못하면서 허세만 있는 놈이야. 진짜 부자들은 안경테나 장신구까지 색깔을 되찾거든.
Damn. The trivial trinkets like the rims of their glasses. The ultimate flex is has having color.
히스클리프 씨도 이곳에 살고 있을 동안은 계속 색을 보지 못한 상태였나요?
아니, 저택은 어느 정도 예외였어. 그래도 여전히 색이 구린 곳이긴 했지만.
동, 의, 구려 피의 색 정도는 되찾았으면 싶군.
Indeed.
그런데 저 자식 말이야. 저렇게
Yeah.
어설프게 색깔을 가진 채로 쏘다니면 괜히 뒤통수 얻어맞기 딱일 텐데.
But what would they even do? Do you have to like, hello, here are my clothes. Please give them color, or do you just like buy? Like, how do you buy color? Do you make your clothes have color, or do you make yourself able to have a specific color? I'm guessing you have to pay for every individual clothing, so you can like steal some guy's red hat. Oh. Heathcliff's predictions came true soon enough. Several thieves surrounded by the bloke who's only trying to come up as though he's loaded and bashed him on the back of his head.
저런 극악무도 파렴치한 자들을 보았나? 혼자 다니는 무고한 시민을 단체로 핍박하고 있지 않나?
Monk? Indeed. Monk indeed. Limbas Company! Hello, Nico. Welcome in.
갱단
Limbas Company indeed.
분들인가요?
How have you been?
물이 흐려졌군. 저런 걸 갱단이라고 부를 수도 없고
Damn.
시간을 못 채우는
Damn.
거지.
Running out of time.
내가 떠나올 때만 해도 저런 버러지 같은 것들은 저렇게 버젓이 돌아다니지도 않았어.
They're gangs that aren't scummy?
당연하지. 내가 있었던 갱단은
Hitler
저런
was in a
식으로
gang.
만만한 놈한테 우르르 몰려가지 않았다고.
Ah, good. They got honor. They only jump people who have weapons.
타론,
타론.
쌩쌩 달리고 싶어. 길이 막혀서
It's so strange now after reading Leviathan. It's so strange seeing this person. And Virgil as well. I don't know, wants to brum brum. Can't brum brum with a roadblock.
뭐 여기서 시간을 지체하는 것도 의미가 없지.
Gosh. I'm playing Ultra also. V1 Ultra Shot. V1 Go Ultra Shot. Very good. Get him, chimp. Karan hits different. Yeah. Though she always hits the same with the bus. Always hits the same. Virgilius finally spoke up after quietly listening on our discussions for the last few minutes.
돈키호테가 시끄럽게 굴기 전에 내려서 처리하고
Mm-hmm.
정의 집행이군. 맞네.
Justice. I thank thee. Aww.
켈자베 씨도 익숙해졌나 봐 이제.
One hits different, but vroom vroom, it hurts all the same. Precisely. Oh damn. They put a filter on the filtered image? I don't. His drip was not that red. He was not that red. They put a filter on the filter. That's how. Oh, here we go. That's how. No time, or not no time. That's how no color you get. Level 25. Oh my god. I'm beating up homeless people. Beating up infants. No, this is so sad.
움직이는 먹인 자. 재밌겠군.
No,
뭐야? 이런
it'd be impossible to lose a single clash. Reminder to probably lower the sound. We'll see once they start clashing. That's something funny. Every loading screen has more color. Yeah. Surprise banger. Urgent decoding gangster. All you get. This one's ours.
너희도 시간이 부족해서 온 놈들인가 본데. 우리는 고작 30분밖에 안 남았다고.
Only got 30 minutes. What do you mean? Loud music is already on the same loudness as me? Really? Out here it doesn't show that. There. What about now? Wow. I think now is better, probably.
혹시 레드래비치 같은 갱단 쪽인 거 아닐까?
Oh, the dead rabbits. Oh.
30분? 시간? 아니, 무슨 소리 하는 거야?
그럴 리가. 옛날에 작용단 활동 같은 걸 했던 레드래비치는 이지 없어. 회사가 마스크 쓰고 쾌한 눈으로 그냥 노려보기만 할 뿐이니까.
뭐? 마스크? 지금 뭐라고?
에이, 가뜩이나 시간 없어 죽겠는데 젠장.
어?
후딱후딱 해치워주마.
Is he the part of the dead rabbits? Bullocks, got temperatures. Let's kill them quick. Do they have like 30 minutes of life left? Is it another currency in this place? You get to 30 minutes of life. And you have to kill others to get time. Sounds like some plot to some like 4 out of 10 movie. Netflix. I got like 80% on Rotten Tomatoes by critics and 40% or like 20% by people. They began rushing at us with bloodshot eyes, not giving Heathcliff time to even finish the sentence. No time. Anyway. How grey. Oh my god. It's so grey. Oh, but at least if I hover over them, they get color.
다치십니다.
It's actually pretty cool. Remember the 4-hour minimum allowance for everyone a day? I don't remember that. That guy has very little time. He got stuck on the first letter of what he was saying for like 10 seconds. I'm sure I'm not lacking, for sure. Darn it, why does that keep happening? This is so sad. This is so sad. I'm literally beating up homeless people. Oh, come on. No. Oh my god. Oh my god. I also uptied Mr. Capo before. So he should deal like a nice bit of damage now, or at least do like 3 Chamor bursts every time. Hell yeah. Favor, damn. That's how desperate we are, huh?
초식 1번.
You know, someone's clashing power is not good. When even at this high of a level. But yeah. Still struggle. Or at least it's not dominating. What?
꺼져.
Level are you even? 30. Okay, that's not too... It's not too high. That's not like 40 or something. Like these other people. Man.
그렇게 서 있으면 목이 떨어질 수밖에. 이것밖에 못하나.
화격감.
Very good. The curse of 5% will never
그렇게 서 있으면
go.
목이 떨어질 수밖에.
There we go. Baby stuff. This reminds me of the trailer for the magical girl ego. A giant laser beam for some for.
돈이 더 들긴 해도
I remember seeing that.
아, 넣을게. 정말 두 배로 받을 거라고 생각했는가?
There's no time to
정의롭지 않지?
more homeless people.
그러신다면
제가 앞에 서죠.
You might have barrel clashing.
야 너 모자 멋진데? 어디서 샀냐?
잘못했습니다. 다 가져가세요. 제 시계에 있어 원하시는 만큼 시간을 빼가셔도 됩니다.
Oh my god. Every time I join chat, I keep getting this bloody pop up about the channel sub I got. So let me just. Oh, thank goodness. You didn't have to. Thank you. It's like for 7 months. Damn. Come in now. We're actually doing the thing now. You're doing Heathcliff's Canto. After 5 years. After 10 billion years of waiting. The British man's Canto is here. Come in. Thank you for the sub. No! Heathcliff is looming over the man and growling threateningly. He's certainly fit to look like a villain from this particular angle.
야 방금 건 그냥 칭찬한 거잖아. 이건 우리도 오버해서 반응하는 거라고.
저는 이것 빼고는 완전 아무것도 없어요. 납치 같은 걸 해봤자 돈 나올 건덕지가 없다고요.
British Canto. Yeah, the British Canto. We're even in Brittany right now. Look how they steal your time. They steal your not time. They steal your colors. You get no colors.
납치는 안 됩니다. 집에 기다리는 가족들이 있어요.
Okay, now you've got a family. They're all waiting for me to come. Oh no. The man we inadvertently saved from the hands of the thieves was shuddering and screaming incoherently, almost to an unnatural degree. And we were still not out of the dark alleyways where other thieves might be waiting to get the jump on us.
무슨 시끄러운
Speaking of, looks accurate. The first thing we did when we got here was look outside the bus. I was like, hey, look at that guy, he's got a cool hat. Immediately gets jumped by like a few homeless people.
이것들 뭐야? 이렇게 시간이 굴러 들어온다고? 10분 아니 5분이라도 좋으니까 얼른!
Like 5 minutes too. Oh my god.
도대체가 이놈이고 저놈이고 왜 다들 시간 타령인 거야?
아니면 모조리 해치운 뒤에 저 시계를 뺏어가는 방법밖에 없겠지.
And Dante must be like the CEO of time. Huh? Lock? What? Wait, me? Well, Dante.
화격감.
Oh, attack those homeless people.
새겨드리죠. 말이지 말고.
Forgot he was a claw. It happens a surprising amount of time.
정수아리.
A surprising amount of times that has happened. Memory. You lost that clash with skill 3. I would have given you the biggest side eye of my life. Go, Don, go! There we go. Being stuck like memory and ha 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 and stuff like that. Thank you, Adalia. That's another one sent to the basement. Most excellent indeed. That's like 5 minutes we can take from them or something. Oh my god. Happy, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. You are now deemed a nice cat. Hello, hello. Come in. I mean, it probably feels like nothing to him, so it could be easily forgotten. Yeah, it's like I don't know. There's like people who forget, who look for their glasses, like, oh, where'd I put my glasses, and forget they're on their face. You know, there's stuff like that. That probably feels very normal to him. After your team stand against the blue. The Silk card, do you mean? From Canto 5? The Canto 5 Bluefish? Oh, it was absolute baby mode. You know, for the longest time I've been wondering why do people fear the bluefish? Like, I don't know. The Dream Devouring? The Dream Devouring Silk card, right? Why do people fear it so much? It has never felt that difficult to me. You just kind of attack it, do your best to clash. If the floatsims are there, attack them till they have 1 HP. Yeah, it has some unclashable attacks, but you know, we can deal with those. This reminds me, when I was heading to the airport to get back home from Germany, that exact same thing happened to me. Suddenly panicked about my glasses. They were on my head. You see, it happens all the time. Wait till you meet him at floor 10 mirror dungeons. I cannot wait to unlock hard and hard plus and hard plus plus plus. Cannot wait to get more mirror dungeon stuff. Okay, normal mode, it's so easy baby mode. I want something hard.
쓸데없이 네가 비명 지르는 바람에 일이 자꾸 꼬이잖아. 당장 안 닥치면 사람 먹는 버스로 끌고 간 다음에 저 철덩어리한테 먹이는 수가 있다. 어?
그러면 저를 납치하러 온 사람들이
Nope.
아닐까요?
No. Give me sushi. Yeah, turn the fish into sushi. When I see that fish at higher flows, I automatically skip him. I see, I'll have to get to it to understand the fear. That has so much skill, almost. Wow. When it comes to combats, the only combat that actually was hard for him was the good old Ricardo. Yeah, I imagine that Ricardo was hard for everyone. I did the Arknights event with like level 35, 40 units, stuff like that. And one support. I don't know how many times I would have told you.
그럴 리가 없지 않소. 우리 앤 우연히 지나가는 저
He's trying so hard not to say it.
아니, 나그네들이었어. 여기는 히스클리프군이
So there you go.
괴팍하여 그렇지.
Passers-by of justice. So Heathcliff can be rather brutish in his manner of speech. True, he can be a bit British in his manner of speech.
그렇군요.
You know, being this good keeps me humble. It means anyone can do it. If I can do this, anyone can. You can. You. The only one weakness in Limbus you'll have is a damage check. Actually, it's a reading check. But you know, we do our best. Give me flashbacks about the Arknights collab. Day 1 last night was kicking my ass for hours. I would have loved to see how it was. I could not play. Wasn't the nerf like didn't the nerf only affect normal mode, by the way? So hard mode stayed the same. Or was that only for the final boss?
그런데 왜 돈이 아니라 시간을 달라고 하는 거죠?
I mean, time was money, right? Only normal heart was unnerved. I see. I see.
사고 팔 수 있는 걸까? T사 가이드북 여전히 아직도
Oh my god. They're illiterate. Ishmael and Yusang are the only ones who read. Ishmael's eyes start to glaze over once again. She may have been the only sinner who bothered to read up on our destination.
즉 타임 트랙 4에서는 시계를 신분증의 역할로 쓰고 있어. 이들이 지니고 있는 시계를 통하여 화폐 대신에 시간을 거래하기도 하오. 대부분의 근로자는 노동에 대한 보상을 시간으로 지급받지.
I see. That's why last night was kicking my ass. Yeah. We were playing on the unnerved version. It was fun removing one cool collab. Yeah. I will miss it. I will miss the night and mayors and everyone.
이상 씨를 봐서 이번엔 넘어가죠.
Citizenry utilizes timepieces as a personal identification. They often trade with time instead of physical currency, the means of transaction done via the timepieces they carry. Most laborers in these lands are rewarded for their efforts with time. Lovely. So this is going to be a problem? Oh, this is the only one who carries a watch.
아, 그 시간이 멈춰 있는 손목시계 말씀이죠? 패션용으로 착용하고 있는.
Oh, wait, it's broken? Yet she looks at it every time she's about to use ego. Really?
패션용인 적은 없었다. 무례한 말을.
Perhaps it's symbolic or emotional. Special to her. Anyways, can we agree that Dawn can be a friend? Anything after the collab? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
그리고 아까
Still love that moment with the night. I mean to ask, I wish I had the jolliness that Dawn had. He's affected about a kidnapping earlier.
T사 길거리엔 사람들이 마구잡이로 납치당한다는 흉흉한 소문이 돌고 있어서요. 이젠 아무도 다니지 않는 거리인데 이렇게 때로 다니시니 소문의 납치 조직인가 해서.
Oh no.
구체적으로 말해보도록. 육하 원칙을 활용하면 더 좋고.
I want the who, when, where, what, how, and why. Proceed.
실종자들 때문이에요. 최근 들어 이곳에서 사람들이 이유 없이 행방불명된다고 해요. 이젠 다들 안개가 자욱해지기만 해도 무서워서 집에만 박혀 있죠. 마침 여기 굴러다니고 있는 디타임즈 신문지 일면에도 쓰여 있는 오리무중인 납치 사건, 충격, 경악, 공포.
Mysterious kidnapping
제주도
feels
한 군도 발견되지 않아. 더 읽어드릴까요?
Not even a single body found. I can keep reading if you want. We sold to Rodia and Don Quixote began enthusiastically reading the sensationalized titles in the attached articles on the newspaper he showed us. Oh my god.
이 근처에 상을 받은 맛집이
Oh my god.
시간에서 해결사들이 이런 인터뷰를.
Well, she's excited about them. The one who gets an ID about them. Are you guys even reading the same article?
확실히 평소보다 지나다니는 인간들이 훨씬 줄어들었어. 여기는 원래 공장으로 일하러 가는 노동자나 조잡한 장비를 팔러 나온 발명가들이 붐비던 거리야. 이렇게 거리가 텅텅 비었던 적은 없었는데.
Didn't expect the last night to have a name. No, it's not the night that has a name. It's like the what's it called? The steed of the night that was also called Rashnante. It was truly the greatest moment in cinema history, and everyone clapped. Never been this empty. This empty streets of T-Core was thick with fog. The bustling crowd from hit to Kripa's memories nowhere to be seen. Maybe the lack of color made the fog appear even thicker.
일전 검계와의 소동에서 들었던 괴담과 흡사한 이야기인 것 같고.
행방불명이라. 역시 사람을 납치해서 팔아넘기는
악질적인 조직이 있는 걸까요?
그런 놈들이 대놓고 활보한다는 이야기는 못 들었는데.
인신매매 따위가 목적인 조직이 있다면 흔적 하나들은 남을 수밖에 없다.
It's a statistical impossibility. Damn. Thank you, Effie, for the stretch. Oh, thank you. I'm gonna be a minute to sleep. Yeah, absolutely go sleep. You go have a healthy sleep schedule, unlike me. And I hope you have a lovely night. And thank you for coming. There's a statistical impossibility for a human trafficking syndicate to leave zero evidence behind. There's bound to be one or two they let slip between their fingers.
거리를 이렇게 만들 정도로 거대한 움직임이라면 더더욱 시체 안 둘 정도는 찾기 마련이다.
And body ritual will inevitably be found.
시체도 남지 않는다는 건 단지 죽거나 죽이는 정도의 내용이 아닌
We'll have way different time zones. Yes, it is nearly 5 p.m. for me. Or it's like, I don't know, like, what, 11 a.m. or something?
깊이 파고들수록 위험한 일일 수 있다는 건가요?
If it's not just another violent tragedy, maybe there's more to this than we think. Maybe there's some powerful organization pulling the strings. It's 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Damn.
아니,
That was almost right.
시체만으로는 그렇게 보기 힘들지 않나?
네?
Mm-hmm.
뒷골목에 밤이 있잖아.
And in the back
그
streets.
청소부들이 지나가면 시체를 포함한 쓰레기들은 전부 청소되어 있으니까.
그렇군. 시체까지 말끔하게 치워버릴 수도 있겠네.
당연히 쓰레기만 청소하는 게 아니라는 건 무서운 일이지만
Yeah, the idea of sweepers really freaked out St. Clair out for a while.
그건 밤마다
Mhm.
이상한 흉내를 내면서 저한테만
How do you make a sweeper impression? You just like 0 1 1 4 3 2 1 5 6 9 7 1 2 3 4 something like that. You just make scratching sounds on the sides of the bus. I'm mean to sweepers. I'm not being mean to sweepers.
해도 긴급으로 하길 잘했지 않은가?
Haha. Ahaha.
아니야, 너 게.
I will go insane today.
거라고 생각했는가?
The little
이런 건 정의롭지 않지.
lore.
안개 낀 거리에서 일어나는 미스터리 실종 사건이라 무슨 괴담 같네요. 무서운 건 아니고요.
No, ridiculous. No, Sinclair? Sinclair scared? No, ridiculous. Unbelievable. Absolutely not.
억지로 웃지 않아도 돼, 싱클레어.
불길하네. 첫 판부터 주눅드는 기세로 가면 좋지 않은데.
Everyone seems to be on edge. Next to the unsettling story we heard earlier. I know what to do. Manager Dante being a good manager. Hey, Heathcliff, that invitation. Can you read it out loud for us again? It'll be a good idea to remind ourselves of our current mission. Besides, I could use a refresher myself.
그까지 초대장 읽어서 뭐하라고?
The neatly folded invitation Heathcliff produced from his pockets completely betrayed his attempt at appearing aloof. It was folded with such tender care that it almost resembled a neat paper craft. He cleared his throat. Alright. Some time later.
부디 참석하시어 이 자리를 빛내주시면 감사하겠습니다. 경의를 담아.
With great respect, Nelly.
그리고
Another 10 lore. Just imagine the greatest lore you've ever seen. In that time, in that little time skip. And then.
아이씨, 꼭 와야 해, 히스. 기다리고 있을게.
Oh. Wait, hold on. What was that? It's rare to see not Dawn get these sounds. Really incredible. This wasn't exactly what I had in mind when I asked him to read that letter.
여기가 무슨 동네 술집이에요?
It's rare that Dawn doesn't get the memorable sound. It's Rodia and Gregor.
이런 분위기 아니었어?
내가 이럴 줄 알았지. 화낼 기분도 안 나.
He's not even.
대체 기다린다고 했을 뿐이지 만나고 싶다고 한 것도.
Yeah.
아니 그래도 말이야. 이 모구를 보면은
Thank you.
어디?
Oh my god. I've seen us gather in a circle like they're doing a literary analysis of the invitation letter. Maybe I was worrying too much. Aww.
처음 받아보는 학생.
Aww.
뭐야? 싱클레어는 저런 거에 관심 없었어?
저는 열심히
Aww.
책과 칠판만 보면서.
Aww. Poor Sinclair.
싱클레어군 또다시 얼굴이 붉어지고 있어.
Aww.
체질이라고 지난번에 말했잖아.
How does she know? It's genetics.
그럼 단테는?
It's like the gaster laughing at the end of the message when he says, "Watch board game." Damn it, I forgot. How did that sound again? I don't remember.
아니다.
Hey, what's with that oddly soy look on your face?
안타까울 필요는 없다. 세상엔 많은 취향이 존재하고 있으니.
Oh, thank you.
그런데
이상. No, the Gregor one? Wait. It sounds familiar. It sounds similar to something I'm familiar. I don't know. I can't point what it is.
히스클리프 씨가 연애 편지를 받는 게요?
Oh,
이상 씨 그런 말은 좀 너무하네요.
what did you say? Is it not? Oh,
아니 그런 무례한 말을 한
oh,
것이 아니라
oh.
나는
농담이에요, 농담. 저도 이상 씨랑 같은 걸 느꼈으니까요. 티사 어딘가에 있을 로보토미 지부가 아니라 다 같이 워더링 하이츠라는 저택으로 향한다는 건 그곳으로 도달해야 황금 가지를 얻을 수 있다는 소리일 테니까.
정확하게 짚어주었구려 이스마엘 양.
찬물 끼얹는 역할을 하는 것도 슬슬 지겨워져서 입을 닫고 있었는데 때우리가 워더링 하이츠로 향하는 이유가 설마 저 편지 한 장 때문이라고 생각한다면 큰 실망을 느꼈을 거다.
No.
그래서 이 문맥을 보면 결국 하려는 말이
아니.
He's trying to say.
보다는 이 어투를 봐야지.
뭐 일단 넘어가죠.
Very cool clapping. My goodness. Very cool clapping.
LC12로부터 황금 가지의 관측 보고가 있었습니다. 위치는 워더링 하이츠 저택 어딘가.
Oh my god. I just got a message from my best friend getting a job on a restaurant. He went from a Mexican restaurant to a 4-star restaurant called Oro. No way! Yeah. He's working for you now? Oh my god. Is it Oro Otaku, the restaurant? The Oro the Otaku restaurant? Is it an... Congrats, sir, though. Congrats. Good job.
하지만 특유의 보안 시스템으로 인해 LC12 틈이 잠입하는 것은 위험 부담이 크므로 황금 가지의 정확한 위치는 파악이 되지 못했습니다.
Yeah, congrats, though. The first thing I said. Amazing. A significant risk on account of the matters unique security system that prevented the 4 team from conducting their on-site preliminary survey. The exact location of the bow is yet to be identified.
석유의 보안 시스템? 그런 게 있었나?
그렇다면 더더욱 네.
Is it the
이상
10,000
하다고밖에
maids
말할 수 없겠네요.
or something?
동의하오. 비록 황금가지의 값어치와 그 위상에 대해 정확히 알고 있는 것은 아니지만 평범한 저택 안에 그런 것이 놓여 있을 리가 만무할 것 같소.
황금가지가 처음부터 그곳에 위치해 있었던 것은 아니었다. 정도만 말씀드리죠.
T사 로보토미지부 어딘가에 있었던 황금가지가 모종의 이유로 저택으로 옮겨졌다는 것이구려.
캐서린이라는 인물이 이번 작전의 핵심이겠군요.
Indeed.
황금 가지를 자기 저택 안에 소유하고 있는 자라니. 그리고 황금 가지가 아니더라도 히스클리프 씨가 자신을 보러 저택에 와줄 거라고 믿어 의심치 않는 아주 자신만만한 사람일 거고요.
None of this conversation seemed to even register to Heathcliff, however.
혹시 주위에 이발소나 양품점이 보이면 말해줘.
무슨 명소마다 멈춰서는 관광버스로
Why?
아니겠지.
그냥 나를 내려주고 먼저 가도 되잖아. 뒤따라갈 수 있어.
제가 두 눈 커다랗게 뜨고 계속 보고 있는데 말이죠, 히스클리프 씨. 아까의 그 소문 때문인지는 몰라도 이 시간에 길거리에 열려있는 가게가 보이지 않아요. 안개가 자욱해서 더 그런가 싶기도 하네요.
Why did it have to be today? Why did it have to be a football match? When I have to stream?
역시 저랑 로자 씨한테 맡겨보시는 게 제일...
아이씨, 야 잠깐.
Huh? What are they doing to this poor man? No. No, they're gonna mess up. They're gonna have to go bald. There's... Oh, I missed some. That's not colorful at all. The bus emerged from the back streets into a rather quiet-looking village. Oh god, not football. They are watching football. And as any football fan is, they start clapping and shouting and stuff. I feel like that's just a normal thing that they do. Personally, I don't know, I would shout and scream if I saw Dante with the header. Oh my god. The fog was still thick and everyone was still in that faded hue. Even the occasional sightings of pedestrians had ceased. This very idea of color variation seemed like an alien concept here. I see our orange-hued lights coming through the windows of misty grey buildings. It was as though everyone decided to stay indoors for the day. I feel like people would go insane if they kept seeing just this. I can't even tell where we are or how close we are from our destination anymore. Have you been here by any chance? He sung. 100%, I never get used to it. Yeah. I don't know what's so exciting. Is it because absolutely nothing happens most of the time? Like, most football matches you see have like 1 or 2 goals, maybe 3 if you're lucky. Scored every 90 minutes. That's why it's so exciting. He was the only sinner who had spent a while in Tikor. I decided to ask if he recognized anything, but it was evident that the scenery was unfamiliar to him.
나는 최대한 사람들의 눈을 끌지 않으며 연구와 생업에 몰두하고자 하였지. 하여 T사를 그리 자유로이 오가진 못했소.
I can't imagine doing any research at a place like this. Can't have been easy.
익숙해지면 괜찮소. 오히려 이곳에서 나고 자란 이들에겐 색이 있다는 것이 신기한 것이니.
I guess you just get used to it.
그리고 나는 잠시나마 기댈 수 있는 자들이 있어. 이는 낯선 곳에 적응하는데 꽤 많은 도움이 되지.
Isang looks away to a place far beyond Tremere. Memories of his past, most likely.
T사의 특이점이 어떤 것인지에 대해선 아는 게 있나?
그것에 대해선 특이점이 의뢰 그렇듯 나도 무어라 정확히 추론할 수는 없는 작동 원리라 함이 맞겠소.
Well, people know what, like, the basic thing about it is. Like, oh, Keiko. Oh, that's healing. They let you heal with the singularity. And J-Core gives you luck and stuff. What's the main thing about this one? Isang paused and carefully began to speak.
시간과 관련이 되어 있다는 것만은 알고 있었소. 정확히 어떠한 시간을 어떻게 다루는지는 모르겠지만
Can you just add time to your age? And like live forever?
이 또한 부질없는 추측이며 답은 파우스트 양만이 알겠소만.
티사가 거주자들로부터 끊임없이 색을 빼앗아가는 이유 중 하나죠. 그게 색이랑 무슨 상관인데? 시간을 필연적으로 제어해야 하는 곳이라면 빛과 연관이 있는 영역일 것이며.
I see. If the control of time is so imperative to T-Core's operation, they must also control the realm of light.
빛은 또한 색과도 밀접한 관련이 있으니 종국엔 색과 얽히게 되는 것입니다. 제가 알고 있는 시간에 대해서까진 추론이 가능했습니다만 파우스트가 가진 T사의 특이점과 관련된 지식에 접근하기까지는 저에게 아직은 시간이 걸린다는
see.
말 덧붙여야겠군요.
Faust knows among us. So not among us? Faust, known among us for her. Maybe, and perhaps. Barely ever gave us answers this detailed. And now's the time to ask her all my questions.
파우스트 양, 시간이라면
네, T사에 관한 이야기는 여기까지 하는 편이 안전할
Oh, I'll be
거고요.
back in a moment. I've returned. Wonder, does Faust know about Among Us? I'm sure it has to be be boring playing with someone like her that always knows who the imposter is. Yeah. My deductions. Red moved 3 pixels to the left more than they would have if they were not an imposter. This proves that they in fact are the imposter. I'm Faust, I know all outcomes. Or something. He says, I don't know, there's no grammar errors. I'm sure if we got like some English professor, they could like find, oh, actually, it's more correct to use this term instead of that one or something. Oh.
또 말해줄 것처럼 하다가 입을 닫아버렸네.
Well, I guess I should be glad that she decided to tell us this much. I doubt she'll tell us more no matter how much we pry.
그런데 좀
No.
씁쓸하네요.
What did Faust say? Don't think I read. Suppose I could do First known among us. Of course, it will be safe for us to move on from the subject of T-Core, but this time... well, oh well. Guess we'll never know.
평생 색을 모른 채로 살아가는 사람들도 있단 거잖아요.
뭐 다 그런 거지. 우리도 어쩌면 지금 다른 사람이 볼 때 뭣도 모르고 사는 불쌍한 사람일 수도 있으니까. 뭐가 되었든 고기 맛을 한번 본 적이 있다는 게 무서운 거야. 평생 모르고 살면 좋을 텐데. 기어코 고기 맛을 보면 알기 전으로 돌아가기는 불가능하니까.
I hate that more correct stuff. It's correct, it doesn't matter if there's a professional way to say it. Exactly, just let people talk however they want. We had a professor that said, oh, actually, there is no such thing as the word dying. That's a wrong word. And is it? I feel like it's not. You can only be dead or alive. There's no in-between dying. Okay, but like, what about the in-between, huh? What about like from going from alive to dead? What would you call that, huh? That's right. Dying. Literally everyone in the class argued that, but dying is a word. No. Apparently it's not. But I don't care. It is a word. English is not made by old English professors. It's made by the people who use it. And people use it a lot.
햇빛의 색깔까지 보이지 않는 건 아쉽네요.
하늘의 색이 그리워질 때는 많았어. 특히 얕게 비가 올 때는.
그래, 그런 것들도 각자 알던 하늘의 색이 있었으니까 아쉽고 그리워지게 되는 거지. 처음부터 이곳의 하늘만 보고 살다 죽는다면 그건 불행도 아닐 거야. 그것까지 불행하다고 말한다면 오히려 오만한 게 되는 거지.
As long as people can understand, that's good enough. Let's figure out sometimes I use a completely wrong word by accident. It's not that sometimes autocorrect changes the words for no reason. It's autocorrect, making unless it should just be changed to like auto wrong or something. Or just auto change on a word. Because it gets things wrong more than right.
그렇게 생각할 수도 있겠네요.
The atmosphere in the bus suddenly became incredibly frosty.
아, 그거 해보자. 가장 좋아하는 색깔이 뭔지에 따라서 각자 성격을 알 수 있다던데.
Colors game. Virgilia's. Apparently each type of personality has a corresponding color. Cordia, who was the one to chill the bus in the first place, was also the first to break the ice.
이상이 하늘색을 좋아하는 거라면 어디 보자. 고요하고 조용한 당신, 생각에 빠져 잠기는
No
걸
way.
좋아하는군요.
오, 어떻게 하는 것이오?
Um,
나도 해줘. 나는 말이지 붉은색이 좋소. 아니 노란색. 아니 붉은색. 아니. 자 차례를 기다려. 그 다음에는 파우스트.
all the colors are red. Fascinating. And yellow. Yellow is the one I expect. That seems very, interesting. I've been living for like a year with an autocorrect that likes to change the letter Y, very commonly used in Spanish, since it means and the number of stick. What do you mean? Is there like a way to stop that? Like, is there any way to like teach it? Yo, Y is like an actual thing. Please stop. I guess they kind of look similar. If you like turn it around, yeah, it's kind of looks similar.
저는
Plus,
잠깐 무슨 말 할지 다 알아. 파우스트는 대체로 그런 걸 믿지 않는답니다. 라고 하겠지? 그런 사람은 대체로 흰색을 좋아하더라고. 그렇지? 자기 머리색이랑도 똑같네.
amazing. This is why I just continue to save a lot of correct, which is a completely understandable thing to do. And also what I did. Shane, you have a way. It's either all or nothing with autocorrect. Does autocorrect help at all? With spelling errors?
그저 말을 아끼겠습니다.
나?
No.
제일 좋아하는
Purple. Purple.
참, 뭘 그딴 걸 물어봐 남사스럽게. 나는
He pauses. A great manor begins to emerge into our view from a distance. I could immediately tell that this was the Wuthering Heights manor Heathcliff had mentioned.
검은색.
Black. Oh.
모든 물감을 다 섞어버리면 나오는 색 아닌가? 그거. 그래서 제일 볼만한 색깔이지. 덧칠만 계속 해버리면 되는 거니까.
I can clearly hear Heathcliff is muttering through gritted teeth. I have a feeling that black wasn't always his favorite color. Poor lad. Well then. Thank you. Oh my god, it's gambling time. Gambling, huh? Like gambling. Hold on. 1 second, wait, hold on. Perfect, yes, beautiful. Gambling, yes. Gambling. Oh. First pull,
피가 추적추적
It's not the right morsel.
패퇴한 왕국에 왕자가 있을 자리는 없어. 이제는 직접
Oh my god.
나라를 이끌어야만 하겠지.
Also, Dead Rabbit's very fitting. Oh, the mercenary from this Canto too. I got the new character. Good gamble. Very good gamble. Very good gamble. I was actually saving this for I completely forgot I had this. I was saving it for you know, maybe getting him. But You're going right in my bleed team. Thank you very much. Do not read his update story. No time to save until the next Wilburgis night. Yep. No, never mind, like I'll probably just... I may be doing a certain MD run. A certain MD run, you say? Oh, very good. An extreme run, I'm guessing. Let me, look who I got on my first pull. Look at him. Oh my god. You know, I spent all of my stuff and only got the new Heathcliff. Which was not a lot, to be honest, 43 pulls. Let's see. Yeah, maybe you still have a few weeks. You can get like another 10 pull. It's still a little... EDM starts blasting. Oh. The makeover. Oh, or makeover. Oh, I'm sharding the guy. Fair enough. I almost forgot that this wasn't a limited event. I'm so used to nights. At least you got something for 43 pulls, like me with my 300 pulls in the court. I'm so sorry, Otto. Wow, it looks lovely. Very colorful. Two things changed the moment the Wuthering Heights Manor appeared over the horizon.
거울 있는 사람 없냐? 야, 뭐 아무거나 내놔봐.
왜 이러시는가, 스클리프군. 이 거울은
That's wrong mirror, wrong mirror. One was Heathcliff, who was suddenly overcome with intense anxiety. And the other was the weather that grew dark and tempestuous all of a sudden. What a terrifying noise. He's never heard thunder before. So they're hearing noises.
바람은 항상 거세게 몰아치긴 했어. 거의 폭풍 수준이었지. 하지만 이런 천둥이랑 번개는 뭐 워더링 하이츠의 날씨는 어느 쪽이든 구릿구릿했지만
멀리서만 봐도 저택이 정말 크네요.
Also realized I gotta also shard Yerning Mercado this season before the shards get halved. True. So that I can focus on the Blood Fiends. Yeah. And then I can probably shard some of the Blood Fiends once the season passes. Yeah, they're gonna be halved, but you know. What's another 500 mirror dungeons to be done? Yerning Mercado is still my best ego 100% worth. I definitely gotta get that as well then. Canon has always been one of my favorite characters before playing the game, because I thought they looked cool. Even more so now. New season, new pass. Just on the boxes without levels. Exactly. Or another Limbus pass. What was it? 1200 boxes you got, you know. To be fair, those 1000 boxes were like for me doing mirror dungeons. That's it. The 200 was from the pass itself. Like the pass itself did not give me that much. It was like the infinite levels that gave you so much. And it goes boom. Eyes go ow. No. But it looked as though it came straight out of a dark gothic tale full of mysteries called Wuthering Heights. I was half expecting to hear a haunting cry echoing from its windows. Now we're just waiting for Virgilius to go off the bus again.
안 그런 적이 없지 않았나?
그래도 지금까지는 지부거나 회사였잖아요. 이번에는 그냥 저택일 뿐인데.
자, 내리지.
There he goes.
나와 카루는
이번에도 밖에서
Oh, wait
기다리고
outside to
있겠다고.
work on another mission. None of the sinners were hiding their dissatisfaction with Virgilius. Some of them were even standing with their arms crossed. Come on, one day you'll help us. One day.
다들 표정을 보아하니
We're gonna be in a giant hydraulic press.
듯한 모양새군.
Yeah, the bus is gonna be in a giant hydraulic press, and Virgilius is gonna be like, fine. He's gonna get us out of there.
본인은 아닐세. 감히. 아무튼 아무 생각도 하지 않았는데.
Maybe not every sinner. They've gone through a lot of things, survived various trials and tribulations. Tribulations that could have been easily handled had Virgilius been there with us. Very easily. So...
베르길리우스,
Looks like Ishmael decided to step up as a representative.
처음에 길잡이라고 우리에게 소개하지 않았나요?
Running a 3-sinner middle team. Ooh. Sounds very fun. Now is it gone?
그런데 길잡이는커녕 매번 작전마다 우리를 출발선에 내려두고 카론 씨랑 무엇을 하러 다니는 건데요? 쓸데없이 짜증 부리는 게 아니라고요. 이 점은 확실히 하죠. 저는 당신을 신뢰하고 싶으니까 물어보는 거예요. 같은 부서의 동료라면 적어도 업무 간 행선지 정도는 공유하자고요.
Excuse me. Virgilius held his sounds for a moment. His brows were not as furrowed as they usually are, which was the only indicator to me that he wasn't as offended to hear this as I thought he'd be.
너희가 특정 계약을 통해 이곳에 입사를 한 것처럼 나 역시도 어떤 조건이
That he
적혀있는
did.
계약서를 통해 이곳에 입사했지.
왜?
왜?
특별나리께서도 계약서를 썼다는
Um,
말인가?
Wake up. New dawn sound just dropped. Somebody made the a color most illustrious sign a contract as well.
당연하지 않나. 내가 아무 손익 계산 없이 이 버스에서 철부지들을 동솔하고
Why would I be babysitting your children? Oh. Running 50s since the floor went down. Very impressive.
자세한 계약의 내용까지
French dawn just dropped.
생각도 없고
Oh my god.
앞에서도 안 되겠지만
Hey Don. Sorry. Hey French Don. Do you like justice? Yeah, that's wild. Don't want to bother detailing each and every clause of my contract to you, nor should I.
이스마엘, 네가 말한 신뢰라는 단어는 제법 마음에 들었다. 그러니 간단하게만 언급해두지.
Hey French. Yes, you did. Listen to what Don has to say. They said we.
나는 황금가지를 직접 회수해서도 직접적인 도움을 제공해서도 안 된다.
Yeah.
오로지 여기 있는 관리자 그리고 너희
위.
수감자들에게 막
왜 그런 계약을
언제나 왜냐고 묻는 것은
Meaningless to ask me why. But we know. We know. It's all for Guardian Lapis, them.
계약이란 건 당사자가 아닌 자들이 완전하게 이해할 수 없는 형태로 이루어지니 다만 목적지에 도착해서 너희들을 버스에서 내리라고 말을 할 때 그래도 마음을 어느 정도 놓고 보낼 수는 있게 되었다고는 말할 수 있겠군. 모든 것을 얻어내겠다는 욕심으로 무리하게 계약을 지키려다 관리자가 돌이킬 수 없는 지경으로 가게 되어 다 잃지는 않을까 하는 고민은 덜었지.
Did he just admit to trusting us more than he used to? No way.
한테 그런 말은 굳이 한 번 더 물어보지 않는 편이 좋아. 특히 누군가 속마음을 어렵게 겨우 표현했을 때는. 그리고
잠깐만. 이대로 내릴 수는 없어.
Oh,
안 되겠어.
he's a makeover.
유턴하면 되잖아.
내 피에는 유턴.
Maybe does not do you turn.
이런 꼴로 어떻게 다시 저태에 돌아가라는 거야?
Oh. Thank you, backgrounds. Oh yeah, right. Every single one of our elaborate plans to dress him up in fancy clothes fell through. Hey, you don't look that bad.
이런 꼬라지로 가면 또다시 그 새끼들이.
그 새끼들이 누군데요?
있어. 옛날부터 나만 보면 하나라도 흠잡을 구석 없는지 눈알을 굴려대는.
눈깔 다 내버려.
Gouge out their eyes.
재치 있는 발상이군.
원.
Looks like Heathcliff is the only one who's taking this seriously. Oh my god.
니들은 왜 그렇게 음흉하게 웃어?
그럴 줄 알고 우리가 준비를 미리 해왔죠. 아무리 생각해도 우리 히스가 혼자서 멀끔하게 꾸미긴 힘들 것 같아서.
꽤 전에 로자님과 함께 둥지로 돌아오기 전
와우.
뒷골목에서 잠깐 쇼핑을 하다 왔답니다.
Lovely.
둥지 안에는 뒷골목보다 대단한 게 있을지도 모르니 기다려봤는데 뭐 살만한 곳이 없으니까 아쉬운 대로 사둔 걸 써야지.
Well,
뭐 설마 전에 둘이 어디 갔다 온다 했을 때 아니 근데
Oh,
그때
baskets of
과자만 한 바구니
cookies.
사왔길래
과자들은 눈속임이었어, 히스. 물론 그중 몇 개는 내 이름을
Decoy cookies, oh no.
비록 제가 집에서 썼던 브랜드들까지 찾지는 못했지만 이만해도 어느 정도의 멋부림은 낼 수 있을 거예요.
베르, 훈훈한 분위기 이어가게 이번만 눈 좀 감아줘. 응? 유니폼 말이야. 회사 유니폼을 입고 오랜만에 애인을 제외하고 싶은 사람이 어디 있겠어. 그치?
True.
그래도 저 길잡이가 용케도 허락을 해주게.
그러지.
뭐?
Thank you, Mr. Virgil.
멋대로 작당해서 뒷문을 들락거리는 건 피하고 싶으니.
I prefer it if we didn't have to encourage another rogue incident at the back door.
정말이야?
No more Christmas. Yo. He's about to give Virgil a hug. Heathcliff trembled like he was about to give Virgil a big hug.
자, 히스클리프 씨, 이제 눈을 감고
Close your eyes, accept the retribution of the heavens.
무릉도원이라 생각하면서 편안하게 몸과 마음을 맡기세요.
Each blossom spring, the 10-star hair salon that you stole that hair coupon for.
머리 함부로 그렇게.
Oh, he likes it. He likes it.
솜씨가 보통이 아닌데.
Soon.
히스클리프 씨는 지금 단장 중이랍니다.
What is this? Oh my god. This is cute. Oh, this is this. This is new. Aww. Heathcliff's getting a makeover. Sometime later. Who is this? Oh my god. So fancy schmancy. Wow.
그 머리에 너무 그런 거 아니야?
안 돼. 홍루가 얼마나 공들여서 손질해줬는데 그렇게 만지면.
들고 있던 몽둥이는 어디 갔죠?
Gosh, Heathcliff, he's so fancy. He's so posh.
몇 년 만에
He's got all the fancy brands. He's got the Zara. He's got the Louis Vuitton. The Balenciaga. He's got everything. That's a good one to say. Who's this handsome? Who's this handsome young man? And this time the haircut is actually not awful. Right? As we all know, mothers will always say, "Damn, you look so cool," even after the barber completely demolishes your self-esteem. But he actually looks good. No way. Thank you, Honglu. He knew this tree. You can't possibly let him say hello to his old flame with a big brutish club in his hands.
히스클리프 군이 왠지 친절해 보이는 것 같아.
No way.
이를테면 아이스크림을
Ice-cream.
바로 사줄 것 같은 느낌이랄까.
What did she say?
히스클리프 군이 왠지 친절해 보이는 것 같소. 이를테면 아이스크림을
Ice-cream.
그리고 시끄럽게 해도 때리지 않으실 것 같아요.
Yay. Victorian Heathcliff, he looks very Victorian indeed. He's got like a little thingy there that those fancy people have. The gold trim. Everything.
그런데 캐서린 앞에서 그런 말을 꺼내기라도 하면
Aw.
옷이 날개군.
Oh,
재회의 후기를 기대하고 있겠어.
clothes really do make the man. Damn, why can't we bring back this kind of outfit? Why do we gotta just do like normal suits like this? Why can't we wear this? I want this.
그래.
Oh, Heathcliff. I've been meaning to ask this question for a while. I wanted to know the answer, but I couldn't bring myself to ask him. Viggs really sounds like a dad right now. A dad or like some uncle. Why did you Wuthering Heights? It's where the love of your life lives, isn't it? Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. We got through the happy story. Now it's time for the sad. Heathcliff had been busy moving about and preparing to leave the bus suddenly comes to a halt.
뭐든 괜찮았어. 때리는 것도 굽는 것도 하찮은 취급을 받으며 부려먹어지는 것도 들러리 불순물 취급을 받으면서 사는 것도 참을 수 있었지. 하지만 캐서린 입에서 내가 저택에 있어야 할 이유는 그 순간 사라졌어.
Heathcliff did not elaborate further. Perhaps it wasn't that he didn't, that he couldn't bring himself to. I didn't dare ask him what he was about to say, so I simply nodded in response. Damn. I see.
언니 히스 바뀐 모습을 보고 할 말이 있나 본데?
Wow.
있어. 중대 발표.
Something big. What's Ganon got to say?
좋아. 자, 한마디 소감 부탁드립니다. 카로는 버터 싫어. 느끼하단 말이야.
That is so incredibly based. I hate oily and greasy hair.
이게 아닌데.
Gadon's words must have hit him hard. Took quite a bit of convincing for Heathcliff, who was severely discouraged by Gadon's remark to exit the bus. It looks sick. It looks so dark even without the filter. Well, here we are. The front gate. Another lower. So much lower.
이거 불편하네. 걸을 때마다 옷이 꽉 죄어오는 느낌이야.
기품이라는 건 원래 그런 것이랍니다. 익숙해진다면 오히려 다른 옷을 입을 때 허전해지곤 하죠.
Wow.
히스클리프군. 이게 자네가 살던 곳의 대문.
Very fancy. The massive gate alone feels downright intimidating. That's one big front door.
몇 지역에서는 대문의 크기로 신분을 드러내곤 한다. 이 정도 크기라면 상당한 재력가라고 볼 수 있다.
Owner of this home is very affluent.
이런 곳에 살았으면서 홍루 씨를 부자라고 그렇게 못 살게 굴었던 건가요? 히스클리프?
Because Heathcliff was also some rich kid.
저는 아무렇지도 않답니다.
나는 갑자기 배신감까지 느껴지는데.
Damn.
히스클리프군. 그대가 굉장히 낯설어 보이네만.
헛소리는 집어치워.
Some were teasing him, and some were genuinely surprised, but it didn't matter to Heathcliff. Every word he spat out was dripping with venomous spite.
부자는 내가 아니야.
Damn.
난 이 저택에 있었던 단 한순간도 풍요로웠던 적이 없었어. 그리고 이 저택도 단 한순간조차 날 받아들이지.
Oh my god. Terrifying.
뭐야 이건?
낙뢰다. 후방에 있는 숲 근방에 떨어진 것으로 보인다.
Oh. That's so loud.
괜찮아요. 사람이 번개를 맞을 확률은 굉장히 희박하다고 했어요.
가만 보면 번개는 불꽃놀이와도 닮아 있는 것 같소.
Momentary musing reveals that a strike of Levin brings about a sensation that is not unlike the joy of fireworks.
텅 비어 있던 밤하늘을 순간의 섬광으로 가득 채워주고 사라지지 않는가.
그 대신 자기가 가진 모든 걸 내보내서 모든 걸 불태워버리지. 놀이가 아니야.
But here's some forest critters fleeing, spooked by the thunder strike.
저것 보시게. 조그마한 다람쥐가 있네.
우와, 집 근처의 숲이라니 자연 친화적인 곳에 살고 계셨군요.
Such an eco-friendly place. In a not so eco-friendly corporation.
도시에서 정원이나 숲을 가진다는 것은 이러니 저러니 해도 엄청난 재력가라는 것은 틀림없지.
그렇네. 싱클레어네 집도 그러긴 했지.
Sinclair was also kind of rich.
다람쥐도 있고 뭐 몇몇 짐승들도 심심찮게 볼 수 있었지. 아주 가끔 가다가 기분이 걷잡을 수 없이 안 좋아져서 숲에 계속 처박혀 있을 때도 있었는데.
Actually, what was so horrible about that place? Who was mistreating him so bad?
그럴 때마다 이 다람쥐군이 적잖은 친구가
Loser
되어주었겠어.
squirrel. Oh no! Rest in peace. No. Oh, he got zapped out of existence. No. Little squirrel that may once have been Heathcliff's tiny forest friend was immediately scorched down to a pile of ash the moment it crossed over into the manor's front gate. No. Rip, he angered Zeus somehow.
번개가 보통 저런 식으로 치나?
Screw the squirrel in particular.
일반적인 상황에서 벌어지기에는 지극히 낮은 확률이군요.
내 과민 반응일 수도 있겠지만 아무리 봐도 번개가 정확히 저 다람쥐를 향해 치는 것 같았거든.
이런 위험천만한 곳에서 용케 살아남으셨네요, 히스클리프 씨.
아하.
아니야, 미친. 나도 이런 벼락은 처음 봐.
Right. Heathcliff, ready to knock on the front gate?
문을
Alright. He was like, oh, this squirrel brought you joy? No more. He stared blankly at the front gate of the manor.
문을 두들기는 거 오랜만이네.
Good many years.
한 번은 아무도 열어주지 않길래 몰래 저택에서
어.
빠져나온 캐서린이 문을 열어줬어.
Aw. Thank you, Cathay.
피를 맞아가면서.
그럼 지금도 마찬가지겠죠.
이 문을 두들기면 캐서린이 올 거라고?
Here we go. Heathcliff takes a deep breath before knocking on the front door.
정말로 이렇게 될 줄은 몰랐는데요. 담을 넘어갈까요? 높이를 보아하니까 발목 접질러질 각오만 되어 있다면.
Terrible reception, 0 out of 10.
아니,
Heathcliff was a whole bundle of anxiety before he knocked on the front gate, but perhaps his perceived slight reverted Heathcliff into his usual angry self.
여기는 내가 초대받은 저택이야. 담을 넘어간다면 아무 의미가 없어지는 거라고. 캐서린! 내가 왔어!
한 번 무시당했는데 다시 소리친다고.
캐서린!
Oh? Catherine! Despite his efforts, not even a soul stirred beyond the front gate. None of us really believed that anyone would come out to greet him. But front gate began to creak open as though someone was answering his pleas.
고민 보람이 있었죠?
Oh. Lovely. He just had to scream out her name. I mean, how would they hear knocking? They don't have like an intercom system or anything. Nelly. I think. Ah, purple. Heavy rain of the tempest only grew harsher and closer as we got to the manor.
대문을 넘었는데도 사람은 코빼기도 보이지 않는군.
Bubbling excitement at the sinners when they disembarked the bus had all but disappeared. Sound air of apprehension surrounded them as they gingerly took their hesitant steps towards the manor.
캐시, 잘 지냈어? 아니야. 캐서린, 오랜만이야.
Oh,
아니야 이것도.
he was just saying what to say. In the midst of this aura of uneasiness, only Heathcliff seemed to be preoccupied by something else. The rest of the sinners were. Oh my god!
새였다. 정확히는 참새의 일종이었다.
He gets struck down by lightning.
정문을 지났는데도 이 공격적인 낙뢰는 계속되는군.
조금만 가까이 있었으면 저희도
This
같은
truly is the
주제였을까요?
evil villain's hiding. I wonder where the evil villain could be hiding. I wonder. No, there's no way we can figure it out. There's no clues or anything. I don't know. Let him continue to blast the earth as though it wouldn't be satisfied until it reduced every living thing in the manor grounds to a pile of ashes.
빨리 걷자니 벼락 맞을 것 같고 천천히 걷자니 또 벼락을 맞을 것 같고.
이동 속도와는 관련이 없는 것 같다. 마치 벼락 자체가 의지를 가지고 목표를 맞추려는 것처럼 보이니.
Let's bring back some unpleasant memories.
재수없는 것이 떠오르는 걸.
I wonder what your story is about.
아, 어쩌면 이 집의 방어 시스템은 아닐까요?
방어, 보안 장치를 말하는 것이오.
허가받지 않고 이 저택 안에 들어오는 것한테만 번개가 내리치는 걸 수도요. 이것보다 더 정교하고 확실한 장치도 많았거든요. 크기가 커다란 저택일수록 더 효과적인 보안 장치들을 설치하곤 하니까요.
아, 저희 집에서도 보안 장치에 대한 이야기가 저녁 식사
Defense system probably be very important in this city.
말이 안 되는 건 아니네요. 그렇다고 이런 사고 방식이 이해된다는 건 아니지만
LCCB 팀이 접근하지 못했다던 보안 체계란 것이 혹여
Some guy getting struck down by the might of Zeus.
네. 하지만 저희는 초대장이 있잖아요. 안심하고 걸어도 될 것 같다는 소리예요.
It'll be just fine. Is that really all this is? This is just one of those normal security measures that every rich family has. Don't tell me I missed the best part. Unfortunately I think you did. Rest in peace, our squirrel. It was so sad.
하지만 조금 신기하긴 하네요.
I think it was the last one,
조정하는
not this one,
시스템은
right?
비효율적일 정도로 어마어마한 금액이 들어간다고 해서 직접 본
Yeah.
적은 없었거든요.
Oh my god. This portrait looks so fancy. The technology to change the weather itself is really, really expensive to the point of being inefficient. So expensive that I've not seen it myself, damn. I made sound because I didn't want to concern the sinners with something I wasn't sure about. The closer we got to the matter, the more confident I became that something was off. I missed the best character. Leave stream, I wanna be alone. Oh, rest in peace. Best character appeared for like a few seconds. He appeared for like 3 seconds and then got blasted by the might of Zeus. This extremely abnormal weather isn't the work of some security system. This absolutely has something to do with a golden bow. But this golden bow feels different from the ones we've encountered before. It's a bit more chaotic.
이 꽃은 색깔이 있네요.
Oh, they just noticed. Sinclair was right. The manor's garden was likely littered with flowers. They were the only things of color in this dreary sight. Canto's full of peak moments, I'll survive this pain. We'll see.
이 꽃 이름이 뭘까요?
Hi there. Hello, Capo. Welcome in. Boris, from the hit game. Library Rona. No, wait.
혹시 말이야.
Welcome in.
돈을 지불한다면 꽃에도 색을 되찾게 할 수 있는 건가?
그렇습니다.
그렇다는 것은 이 집안의 인물은 꽃을 무척이나 사랑했던 것이겠구려.
Indeed.
곧 시들어버릴 꽃에도 색을 넣을 정도라니. 혹은 어마어마한 갑부이거나.
They just have an incredible amount of money. Boris got promoted to capo. Yeah, hell yeah. You know what's his name? The old capo died. So like, someone's got wait, but the Boris also died. I don't know. Lisa quickly gazed at the patches of violet flowers as he sung, mused out loud.
틀렸어.
Wrong.
꽃을 무척이나 사랑했던 것은 아니었을 거야.
Really was a capo in LOR? Was he? Was he?
그 마음이 꽃까지.
Perhaps in our hearts.
넓고 따뜻하진 않았어.
But in the ranks of some, I'm not so sure. You're probably thinking of the rest of the people's Soto capos. Wait, so are Soto capos like the higher than capos? Or I mean like Boris was a Soto capo below. Okay, so capo, Soto capo. There's 3 capos and 1 Soto capo. I don't know about that. No more. I think I got it backwards then. The guy, the what's his? I forgot what his name was. The boss of the thumb. It was like a capo, wasn't he? And then there were like 3 Soto capos. And then there were the soldados. And there's like oops. A rank above capo. That's like the grandfathers. It appeared to be. Wait, there was no room, no warmth in that heart to spare for mere flowers. What is this in Catriel? Where the cup was in Calo was. Oh, you're right. I remember now. Right, I remember. Calo was the Soto Capo. You're right. He was the underling for them. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I get it now. I understand. Heathcliff appeared to be doleful. Apologies for the misunderstanding. My bad. Heathcliff appeared so doleful that I felt as though he had built a tall, opaque wall between himself and the world. I could not bring myself to ask further. He did not tell us the name of those flowers. Oh. Hello there. Someone hurriedly runs this way from the manor's front door, holding a lantern.
날씨가 참 말썽이죠.
Hello there.
하긴 티사는 워더링 하이츠는 화창한 적이 드물지만요.
오랜만이야, 넬리.
Nelly. It's a joke, it's a joke. It's funny. It's a joke. The hierarchy is lowest highest. Soldato, capo, Soto capo, capo de capi. Wait. I thought it was a wait. I was wrong. Soto capo is above the capo. Wait, it wasn't a joke. Wait, huh? Oh my god, I need to go take my Italian classes. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I thought it was a joke. It feels so like Soto kind of sounds like soldato, so I thought that would be under. And if you add that with capo, I thought it would mean like under capo. I take full responsibility for starting this misunderstanding. I'll be removing my tongue. Ah, what a good soldato. What a good soldato. Hold on. Nay, for that you'll be promoted to capo. Hierarchy is lowest highest. Soldato, capo, Soto capo, capo de capi. I see. I guess Soto capo is above. Thank you for clearing the, I guess, misinformation. Thank you for enlightening us, Boris.
세상에 히스클리프?
히스클리프?
정말 너구나.
What is this, Yerov?
네가 그렇게 떠난 후에 어떻게 살았는지 정말. 아휴, 밥은 제대로 먹고 다니는지,
Aww.
어디서 맞고 다니진 않는지.
Aww. Bullied by a what?
우리가 그동안 소식을 얼마나 궁금해했는데.
Anyway, does he start Canto VI? Indeed I did. So misinformation gain a promotion, but some works in mysterious ways. Hell yeah.
자, 들어와.
Hello. Eh? This Nilly regarded us with a curious look, as though she didn't quite understand what we were supposed to be.
설마 여러분은
Oh my god!
친구분들인가요?
Laser bot with too much lasers. Hey, wait a minute. That's a familiar name. That's a familiar name. You followed Italian as well. Yesterday, didn't you? I think you bore us as well. Congratulations on being deemed hardworking and thoughtful cats respectively. Great Canto. Oh, just started. But so far, the atmosphere is pretty nice. The filter really does a very good job at setting the atmosphere. Small world.
친구 해도 되는 건가요?
Friends.
친구의 범위를 어디까지로 인식하고 있을지에 따라 답변이 다르다.
Answer that question hinges on the range of affinity one would define as a delineation that separates friends from acquaintances. Thank you, Marcel.
그럼 죽을 뻔한 모험을 몇 번이나 겪은
Forged in
소중한
fire.
친구지.
Hell yeah. Multiple fires.
키스클리프의 소중한 친구들이 곧 있으면 비에 쫄딱 맞아서 얼어 죽을지도 모르겠고.
귀한 분들이 오셨네요. 아이고 내 정신 좀 봐. 얼른 들어오세요. 얼른.
Ow.
저택은
Ow,
따뜻할
ow.
거예요.
My favorite Canto is Canto VII, but I can't deny this Canto has some of the most peak moments out of all of them. Really? How interesting. Well, I'm very excited. I'm very excited. You know, I see a lot of talk about Canto 6 and 7. I don't see much about Canto 8. Did they drop the ball on that one? That's your old outfit. Like, no. Like, unbelievable. How could you, Moon? Canto 8 is also peak? I guess it's just peak after peak after peak. It's strange that I hear it being talked about less, but 6 and 7 is just better in my opinion. I see. I was wondering if that was the reason why. You can't tell me the outfits to say. Oh. Interiors of Wuthering Heights was rather dark yet.
저택 안에는
Oh, bit of color.
있어.
Manor does have color. Its hue appeared a tad faded from its original vibrancy, but there was color in this manor. That's right, it started raining in here. Yo! Congrats! Making proper job.
말했잖아.
요.
저택에서는 색이 보였다고. 이것도 뭐 돈을 내서 가져온 거지만 저택에 걸린 이 랜턴들이 있으면 색을 돌려받을 수 있다던가.
Oh, interesting.
본래의 색을 밝혀주는 랜턴이구려. 꽤 값진 기구일 텐데.
Look at that smile. Look at that smile. You worked on this, didn't you?
그래도 완전한 색을 돌려받지 못해. 어딘가 칙칙하지.
I'd say Canto 6 is peak overall, 7 is just as good, and 8 is slightly less impressive, but it's still cool, but it doesn't hit the point of making you want to cry, at least for me. Still amazing though. I see. So like, would you compare its quality to like Canto 5, Canto 4? Like the Yisang? The Ishmael? Still doesn't bring all the colors back, things still remain a tad gloomy.
그런데
히스클리프, 지금까지 어떻게 지낸 거야? 응? 잠은 어디서 자고?
They don't talk about Catty, I
거
guess.
맞아? 좀 야윈 것 같은데.
Slightly better than Canto 5. I see. Canto 8 has the best dungeon in my opinion, but overall Canto 7 is better in the whole in my opinion. I see. It just doesn't hit as hard as the other two? I will keep that in mind then, thank you. Tell me for life since you have left us, Where have you been staying? Have you been eating well? Have you lost weight? Oh.
나는
그래도 너무 늦지 않아서 다행이야.
Auntie behavior.
기다리고 있었거든.
다들?
Oi? Oui?
그러고 보니 옷차림이 못 본 사이에 달라지고 아주 멀끔한 신사가 되었네. 친구들도 많이 생겼고.
Quite a popular lad you are with the boss, your friends and all.
뭐 그래?
그럼 멀리서 보면 하나도 못 알아보겠다.
Nelly was talking so fast that Heathcliff wasn't spared even a second to get in a single word.
넬리라고
They look
했나?
the exact same.
정확히 어떤 사이지?
Otis and Nelly.
우린
Very similar at
소중한
least.
친구이자 동료이며 전우들이라 어떤 사이인지가 무척이나 궁금하군.
What's that look? I'd say Canto VI has great story writing all throughout, but 7 is more peak at the end. I see. Otis, who was conspicuously scanning the interiors of the manor, suddenly asked Nelly the most transparently suspicious question that I've ever heard.
아, 나는 말이지. 히스클리프의 이를테면
Hmm?
보모라고 해야 했나?
Nanny. She's Nanny, I'd say.
보모요? 그
Or, I guess... Wait, Nanny is not like the same as aunt, but maybe it is.
옷 갈아입혀주고 하는 보모요?
Aww.
히스클리프 씨?
I love Nelly so much, not only because she's a maid, there's just something about her that makes me like her. I think it's the same I think you talked about this before. You like butlers as well. I think it's just the reliability of a maid slash butler. Or I guess you would be called a butler. Yoshi got the Nelly ID though? Yep. They look the exact same. Why did the same as Ishmael getting the Olga ID instead of Rodia? Come on.
밥을 먹기 거부할 때는 밥을 떠먹여주기도 하고요.
아이 넬리 그런 식으로 소개하지 마.
Aww.
보모라고 하기에는 조금 달랐잖아. 우린 어렸을 때부터 서로를 알고 지냈어.
Rodia got robbed with that one. Yeah. It was a robbery in plain daylight. Rodeo. I guess there's a better character for this on this Canto. Really? We'll see.
그리고 난 넬리를 하인처럼 부리거나 보모처럼 따르진 않았거든.
그리고 지금은 엄연히 치프 버틀러라고.
Chief Butler of the
내
house.
말 한마디에 군기가 바짝 드는 버틀러들이 얼마나 많은데.
뭐 네가 제일 일을 빠릿하게 잘했으니까.
Who's your favorite sinner? Excellent question. Honestly, might be Yi-Sang. I've been thinking, actually, but Dawn is also cool. I love her joy and gleaming happiness. I don't know, but like, Yi-Sang is so cool, but Dawn is also so happy and jubbly. I don't know. One of the two. I thought you hated Dawn with her laughs. No. I hate Sank Dawn with her laughs. I love Dawn as a character. And I don't even know everything about her. And I'm sure once I do, it'll be like, oh my god, this is so tragic and sad, or something. That's how it always goes. Getting quite impatient. Heathcliff must have wanted so badly to ask her where Kathy was.
연애는 언제 시작이야?
Instead, he said his true question behind a mask of aloofness. But... Oh. His expression became somewhat odd upon hearing Heathcliff's query.
연회는
Banquet.
어이, 그 막내네 새끼 오긴 하는 거야 뭐야?
Oh boy. Who this? When is Ryoshu? Would Yi-Sang was a close second. That's understandable. Her whole fascination with violence as an art form is pretty cool. And I'm very curious as to what her relationship with the fingers will be. You gotta love Canto 17 though. You gotta love all Cantos. It's beautiful sadness. Canto 7 is just cinema. Damn. You're hyping me up quite a lot for this. I'm very excited already. When's the Witless Brigade coming? Is he even on his way? Down.
사람을 불러 모아놓고 사라지면 어쩌자는 거지? 언제까지 이 꼴보기 싫은 얼굴들을 마주보고 있어야 하냐고?
There was a furious voice echoing from down the halls.
넬리, 잠깐. 방금 그 목소리.
Tonight is gonna be brutal considering Ryoshi's source material. I have no idea what any. I mean, I had no idea about anyone's source material. Maybe Mersault. I feel like I read his book or was forced to read it in like 12th grade or something. I don't know. In French too. I heard that Canto VI will have a fight. Impossible. Hershey. Impossible.
안 그래도 막 왔어요.
Also, I don't know if I said hi, but hello, Peter. Don't know if I said hi, but hello. Hi, hello, hi.
히스클리프 들어가자. 모두가 널 기다리고 있다고 했잖아.
Heathcliff bit his lips anxiously, followed Nelly. Hello.
파티를 하는 듯한 분위기는 확실히 아닌 것 같은데.
네. 그때 크루즈 파티나 이곳에서나 아무리 감추려고 해도 말이죠. 공간에서부터 나오는 음침한 분위기는 숨길 수가 없더라고요.
평소에도 활기찼던 저택은 아닌 듯하다.
Breaking news. Canto IX will feature a scene with Ryoshu? No way. I've heard some people theorizing that Dante might be in Canto IX, but I don't know. That's kinda speculation on my part. This manor does not appear to have been a place where liveliness is an expected element.
청소를 급하게 했지만 오로지 손님 맞이를 위한 용도일 뿐. 곳곳에 균열이 있고 보수가 필요한 부분이 보인다.
Ma'am.
또한
즐거운 파티를 기대했던
건 아니지만 No party.
즐거운 파티를 기대했던 건
Party. He's not even saying excitedly. You think Dante will do the header in Canto IX? No, not the header. No. Oh wait, the header. The Dante with the header. You're right. No, I feel like that's for like probably at least like Canto. At least Canto 14 or something. Oh, Dante with the header. I love that video. I love it so much. It's such an amazing video. I followed Don Quixote to the halls. She appeared terribly disappointed. No party. How unfortunate. Oh yeah. Also, I did one poll. One poll is real. Also you, I guess. Rupture. Interesting. I suppose I will add you in here. There. Why they got the same look? Why did these two have the same look? The one poll is real. Look at this. I mean, it's being covered by the chat. Hold on. Look at this. Why? I love Tom Salt. I've only got him recently. He's decently fun. He's good. We're just being lazy. Reusing assets. Assets? No, it's more like reusing poses. Oh no. Look at this, it's sick. It's sick. I have no idea what's happening, but it's sick. Alright. Cannot wait to try him out. Alright, continuing on. I love seeing him deal 700 plus damage outside of MD. Really? I have not gotten him to do that much damage, but I'm assuming that's with a Tremor team. Nah, I do not have much Tremor units, unfortunately. A warm reception. Well then. Go, my burn team. And Faust. My burn team and Faust. Actually, wait, hold on. thing I should do is... Let's see, not you. Mr. Salt relying on April Fool's event to get more expressions. Oh, poor Mr. Salt. It's not like all Salts have the same expression. Impossible. There's tiny deviations. Come on. You should know this. He's not a fraud unlike Haishu Honglu. What about Haishu Honglu? Isn't that Firefist Gregor in the background? Really? I think is not that idea exactly no idea, to be honest. Interesting. I did not expect those two to be in the same world, universe. Was I supposed to? Oh yeah, this. Where is it? Not you. The event bonus. You. Dimension Shredder. With this, I did not even know she had a Dimension Shredder. Equip this. I guess equip Honglu. And use him for support. Actually, if I can get him with support with this one, I should be able to get the maximum bonus. This is what I usually do. I just don't use the unit and just, you know, use support. See, does anyone here have him? Where is he? Ooh. Try again. One day they're gonna add more than 12 slots. Like all the black sands in the dimensional and all that. Spoilers. Oh, here we go. Oh, spoilers. This works. Level 55. Yes, very balanced. Definitely gonna use them, definitely. I guess this is the most I can get to. Oh, my beloved Bell Bullet will have to be replaced. Plus 40. I'll have to level up Mercel. Which one, you know? That's just a set zero and an ID that is not canon on the main story. Oh, I see. Okay. One thing I do have to worry about: 500. 500. Red. But no, I've never had this much. Setzer has a shit ton of spoilers. Now I shall close my eyes and not read that text. I'm sure he's saying some very cool one-liners. Thick drip, Mercel. And now I shall close my eyes and skip. I'm sure some lovely stuff is happening. Yup. I'm sure he was like, "Hello, I am Mercelt. I am a blood fiend." Yeah, or something like that. I don't know. Gotta level him a bit. Get him to the average, like 35. Good. You missed a spoiler, Nino. You need to know that Mercel sometimes real. No way. That's sick. That's incredible. His update story is just rage bait. I see. Yeah. There he is. He completely does not go with the burn stuff. Rodia has a Leo Association ID? Since when? And she does the thing that Isang does as well? Damn. I was not aware. Okay. I wonder who's the owner. I wonder. 40%, 20%, 40%. You 40%. There. Max bonus. Many wilds. I've complained about this before. Where is... Did you know... My name is Nina's a cat. Did you know that you have free will? Constitution says you do. And so do I. Where is the free will? There's no free will here. There is only wild hunt. Alright? We go to Dawn. Alright? This one and Manager are usually the... What are you doing here? Are usually the only ones that exist. There is no chat on screen. Oh, whoops. Is that part of the plan? No. It was merely to display that Mersault and Mersault had the same portrait. Sinclair, I'm happy Sinclair has a bit of variety. The most I see here is Philippe, but that's understandable because it's Valpurgis. Gregor has he has a bit of variety too. But this is Magic Bullet. A bit of variety, as long as it doesn't surpass 4 of the same unit, I'm happy. So 60%. Yeah. Strange.